Here we go.
You can't kill Michael Myers! It's impossible!
This is what happens when you work to change things.
You're being a little bitch!
What do you fucking want from me? Get off my dick!
You know, if you don't understand the situation, it's better sometimes not to speak and just be proven a complete imbecile in the matter. Okay, so.
Man, fuck you. I think you a bitch. You understand what I'm saying?
Good evening. Don't put
What you're saying?
dryer sheets
Or
in the washer.
What are you saying? Huh?
That's all I'm saying. Don't put dryer sheets in the washer.
Then they fight you.
Don't eat the Tide Pods.
I don't really think that's the case.
And then all of a sudden you change the world.
Just sell it. Here we go.
What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. I talk about AMC a lot because I'm in.
Oh, we noticed.
I have a heavy share that I put into AMC, and I think that this position should be worth a hell of a lot more. Could I go into something that would give me a better return? Could I go into Meta or Tesla or Amazon or something like that? Absolutely.
No.
But the ultimate goal of seeing AMC and where AMC can get to, I believe that this position will thrive in the end. And the reason being is because I'm a big believer in movies. I understand the movie theater chain. I understand the sector.
Is that true?
More than a ton of people. They all think that streaming is the way.
Here we go.
But in reality,
here's that narcissism.
Can't really be the way.
Here's that ape.
Budget film. People complain.
Narcissism. Oh, I love it.
And they have to end up doing something different, right? If you have low budget films, because you have 30 people in one room that's watching a movie release, because they only.
Why are you on 60 frames per second, you freaking clown? What do I need 60 fucking frames per second to view this garbage? You know what? You're on 480 then.
That month, and everybody's just sharing, or they share their different streaming platforms.
Still looks terrible.
Well, then you have an issue, right? You're not having as many movie tickets, as many people buy that streaming platform or use that streaming platform.
This is absolutely enthralling.
Because they can find another place to use it. They can use a friend's. They can watch it at a friend's house. And you're not seeing that revenue come in the door. For movie theaters, you know that each ticket is going to be revenue. You don't have people that, I mean, might have some people that are sneaking in, but you don't have many people that are sneaking in and paying $0 for a ticket. They're paying, whatever the amount is, $9, $10, $15, $20 for a ticket, plus concessions. And now you have that revenue that's really coming in the door for the studio and for the movie theater chain. So AMC is still going to exist. That experience is always going to exist. It's not like the drive-in movie theaters, which didn't really make sense for a lot of people to drive their own cars, to go to the movie theater and pay for them to watch a movie in their own cars and have limited seating because you only have limited spaces for cars to fit in there. And then when you wanted to leave, if you wanted to leave, it's kind of impossible to get out of those areas because, you're in a drive-in movie theater. And also rain, right? That's a big factor.
Yeah, rain.
This is not the same thing. This is an actual movie theater that will stay around. An experience like this does not go away.
What? Who is talking about?
You could have experiences not in the physical theater, but also in the metaverse, which
in the parking lot.
You're not experiencing it with
on the grounds
that's right next to you. Maybe your brother, maybe your sister, maybe your best friend.
This is ridiculously stupid.
But that's enough of that. Understanding AMC as a whole and understanding the investment side of it is another big picture that people need to understand, and how you can make money from that is also another factor.
Oh, how can you do that, by the way? How does that work?
Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to check out
the numbers were supposed to go up,
our YouTube channel,
not down.
Cards, you can check that out. And if you like bonuses, if you like credit card bonuses and credit card rewards and getting the most out of your spending, feel free to check out that channel.
Jesus
Give me
Christ.
some suggestions on different categories that you want to cover, and we'll find a way to cover those categories with it.
Okay, well, sure. Let's cover those categories. Let's cover this category. Oh, one thing that the grifters used to do to give this stock a better appearance was they would turn on the logarithmic chart mode, which I have it on right now. You wouldn't necessarily know, because as I remarked the other day, even the logarithmic charting won't help this one. It really doesn't help that much. In fact, I don't know. What do you think? Logarithmic or regular? You can see how back in here, this area here, it may have, had a little bit of a psychological effect back in here and stuff. But now, I don't think there's any real advantage to viewing that log chart. And if you notice, they stopped using them pretty much. So anyway, let's that's a different one. Okay.
At least some sort of rewards that you can get with that. But let's look at AMC, because currently,
let's look at it, shall we?
$9.35. We're seeing a decrease today, a slight decrease. It's sort of flat on the day. We did see a high of $9.70. It was moving a little bit. We saw, if we look at the volume, about 10.64 million. Average volume is about 19 or 20 million shares, so it's not really seeing as much volume right now, but it still is flat. So whatever volume it is seeing, it's more 50-50 split rather than being like 60-40 or 70-30 or something like that. Now, if we look at the long-term view of where this is
is that the case?
Okay. The full picture of what I want to see. So we see AMC was at a high point.
I mean, honestly, though,
range, what it says was 300.
It's not 50-50. It's not 60-40. That's not how it works. It's not just straight up based on volume. There's a little bit more to it than that. But anyway, even if it were, it appears that he's wrong about that. Imagine that. I'm seeing 13.8 million shares of down volume and 1.58 million shares of up volume. So not anywhere freaking close to 50-50. But it's all about the aggressiveness of the buying and selling.
$193.63. So it rose all the way up to this level. Now, this level technically was only $76, but it says $393 because it just does a factor based on the conversion, the split, and everything that happened there, and also the added shares as well. Now, it's currently sitting at a value, like I said, of $9.36, so way far away from where that was. But if we look at how this has kind of moved over this time period, we saw this, drop down, get a little bit of recovery, kind of catch this bounce and use the 200 EMA a little bit.
Catch the bounce.
Close enough, right?
Oh, yeah.
Over here, and then finally broke through that level.
Play-by-play narrative.
December of 2021, broke through that level and started using it as a level of resistance. That's where we got into a trend every single time.
Well, and that's where
used it as a level of resistance.
That is where, and let me, if I may, turn back on my some of my props here, like the overhead supply zone. We'll just turn it. We'll go with that for now. That's where you crossed over out of the overhead supply zone. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Since we dropped down, bounced back up, used this as a level of resistance, and dropped right back below it. It seemed like they were trying to keep us directly below it. Now, this wasn't a full use of resistance. It was just like they're dropping us back down. Shorts that are going through, drop. Shorts that are going through, it drops. Then you start to see it actually using it as that level of resistance. And every time it gets close to there, it resists from it.
That's also called overhead supply. You have a massive supply of shares that were overpriced, that were bought at overvalued prices, overhead. And every time the price gets anywhere near that, people are like, oh, yeah, I'm going to use this opportunity to get the fuck out of here. I am going to storm to the exits and hope that they're not locked.
So $84 is what it says here. It was a much lower number because it wasn't as high, but $84 dropped all the way down to $33. Increase up to $70, drop down to $35. And you see that as time goes on, continues to do that. Now we are very far away from the 200 EMA. We are at a level of $9.35, and the 200 EMA is around $35.87. The reason why I believe that this is going to be worth a lot more, that it's going to surprise everybody, is because I feel like AMC is going to start having these positive quarters that people aren't really expecting them to have because they're doing all of these things. You see all the movies that are coming out. They have butts in the seats.
Wait, what? I'm not quite sure I get that.
The reason why I believe that this is going to be worth a lot more, that it's going to surprise everybody, is because I feel like AMC is going to start having these positive quarters that people aren't really expecting them to have because they're doing.
They're going to start having positive quarters because they're going to start doing
start having these positive quarters that people aren't really expecting them to have because they're doing all of these things.
They're doing all these things that are secret, I guess, and people don't know about them. But when they find out about them, they'll realize it. I don't really understand how that makes any sense. Everybody knows what they're doing. There's no secrets here. Everybody knows what they've done, what they plan on doing. It's all out in the open. So I'm not sure where a surprise would come from, but whatever. Yes, of course, Model 3 dude, he feels that way. So feelings are facts. We can't forget this. Feelings will suffice for facts, just like banks tightening lending standards will suffice for interest rate hikes, right? We'll see.
See all the movies that are coming out. They have butts in the seats. They have more interest in AMC movies.
Please say Taylor Swift. Please say Taylor Swift.
You have a lot of revenue that's coming in the door, as well as kind of less expenses that you would have as well. But either way, you're working out to a net income, a positive net income rather than a negative net income, rather than a negative, or a net loss. So currently sitting at these lower levels, it creates an opportunity. This opportunity shows that it has an easier ability, an easier level, an easier way to get back up to a $32 price. Is this the ultimate high that you can get to? No, that's not the ultimate high that you could physically get to for AMC. The highest point that we've seen this at.
This is a ridiculous
net loss. So currently sitting at these lower levels, it creates an opportunity. This opportunity shows that it has an easier ability, an easier level, an easier way to get back up to a $32 price. Is this
the fact that it went down shows that it has an easier opportunity to get back to 32? What is? I mean, this is worse than ChatGPT. By far. This is worse than my llama model running on my laptop. This is Fisher Price GPT. I mean, what the fuck is this?
High that you can get to? No, that's not the ultimate high that you could physically get to for AMC. The highest point that we've seen this at, we're looking at the market cap rather than looking at the overall price. Currently, they only have 198 million, I believe it's 198, but 190 plus million shares outstanding versus the 500 plus that they had before. So you're looking at, less than half of the overall shares that are outstanding, giving it an opportunity to increase a lot further than the market caps.
I'm pretty sure that I could chat GPT a better script right now.
Known and love, right?
But maybe.
So a $9 price is nothing. A $32 price is still nothing. It's still great to get back to a 200.
I don't even think he's real.
Still is nothing.
I think I don't even think he's real.
These levels.
I think this is CGI.
EMA, right? At the current level of $32.
This is some Adobe magic.
Or $25 at the time. But then surpass that and start using it as a level of support again. Once it hits its bottom. The crazy thing is it hasn't found a way to hit that official bottom yet. And while we see this happen here and drop below, because this again was at $72, and technically during this time it was at $1. So showing that it's $72 at this level shows the amount of dilution that actually happened within it and the reverse split that ended up happening with it.
Yeah, well,
so it shows it. because it's currently sitting at $9 while
Shows
over here
it.
is at $72. So we are far away from even the all-time low that it got to, and we are creating this new and improved all-time low. So
New and improved all-time low. God. Boy, it is fucking weird down here at the bottom. Oh my God.
Opportunity. The issue is that all the people that were invested during this time here.
This guy is an NPC. He is a non-playable character.
They did.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Oh my God. That was painful. Well, this will be less painful. Just kidding.
Welcome back to my rants. Rants, plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I want to go over this latest video. There is a core reason why I want to go over it, but it's an older video.
Oh.
It's one from about 4 months ago, and we'll watch it together.
Okay, so let's go over 4-month-old videos with Morant's rants. Morant's rants.
And I'll commentate on it. So here we go.
Mover today, and that is GameStop is
You will comment on it. That's what commentators do. They comment on things, right?
taking a toll after the company shakes up its C-suite. The video game retailer fired its CEO and named board chairman Ryan Cohen as executive chairman. However, while Cohen is known for his king status in the meme stock community, the news of his new role at GameStop is raising some eyebrows. One social media user saying, quote, "Oh, RC is the CEO now? That same guy who rigged all those BBBY shareholders?
Rugged.
Great."
They meant to say rugged. The same guy who rugged all those Bed Bath & Beyond shareholders. Great. So the unfortunate part is they're taking their quotes here. This is a credible news source, right? This is Yahoo Finance. Obviously, we know the parent company is Apollo Global.
Yeah.
For them to
Oh, yeah. Brought to you.
Go ahead and type.
By private equity. Yes. Private equity, cabal. And later on, we're going to talk about mental illness. So stick around for that. But private equity, which, by the way, this stream is brought to you by private equity for when the markets just aren't good enough.
And then comments be deleted below it and whatever maybe. It doesn't even matter to me. Like, who are these people? I've always asked myself, who are the people behind these names, these made-up names? But I'm going to show you one right now.
Followed by another user criticizing Cohen, who's a founder of Chewy, on his time with the pet retailer, saying, quote, "the same guy that could never make Chewy profitable." Well, GameStop's CEO switch also coming shortly before the company reported another lackluster quarter. And according to our next guest, this is part of the, quote, "the long and winding road to termination for GameStop." Joining us now, we want to bring in Nick McKay, Vice President of Equity Research at Wedbush Securities. Nick, it's good to see you here. So it doesn't seem like from your note that you think Cohen is going to right the ship at GameStop. So what's ahead here for the company?
Thanks for having me. Yeah, there are things happening at the industry level which are just going to be difficult, if not.
Thanks, Nick.
Well, fortunately, we have Morant's rants to tell us what gamers like and what gamers need and what gamers want, because this guy's in touch with it. Excuse me.
I saw the whole video.
Yeah, I like that
really
too.
Did. I don't want to watch this video, obviously.
Why not? Does it make you feel bad?
Because they say a lot of dumb stuff.
Oh.
Their sales are down.
Maybe we should watch the video. I want to watch the whole fucking video. If Morantz didn't want to watch it, I want to. Let me find it real quick here. How's everybody doing? A little plumbing snafu a bit ago, but you know what? You have to take care of. Don't put dryer sheets in the washer, and don't whiz on the electric fence also. GameStop fires CEO, retailer doomed. Okay. Sounds about right to me. Oh, it's only 6.5 minutes. Rants. All right. Come on.
All right, let's talk about a big mover
we go.
today, and that is
I'm going to skip ahead.
Switch to our Gamestop. Nick, it's Gamestop. So what's ahead here for the company?
Thanks for having me. Yeah, there are things happening at the industry level which are just going to be difficult, if not impossible, to overcome. So if you think about GameStop at a high level, it's hardware, software, and collectibles. And on the software side, you saw the number underperform in the first quarter. There are dollars increasingly shifting over to digital spending, mobile spending, subscription spending. All three of those things aren't really in a big way at GameStop. On the hardware side, eventually you're going to have this current generation slow down, and we don't have a date yet or even a name for a successor for the Switch from Nintendo. And then finally on the collectible side, Q1 underperformed, didn't really get a reason for that. But generally, there are things going on at industry level that I think Ryan Cohen's going to struggle to overcome.
Yeah, there's never been any reason. Because people don't care about collectibles when they have to spend more money on fucking food and gas and diapers. Would be just,
before, but I'm curious
just
about
a guess. I don't know.
We've seen since yesterday, the announcement that we got. I mean, is this about Ryan Cohen? Is that why we're seeing so much pressure? Is this actually trading on fundamentals, a stock that doesn't normally do that?
Yeah, I mean, what happened yesterday between the shakeup at the top and the financial results of the company just highlighted to us instability. So you have, I think for the first time, at least that I've been at Wedbush Securities, you have a general manager calling the shots at GameStop as long as those don't go against what Ryan Cohen wants. You have a Q1 where sales missed by $100 million roughly, where EPS missed the street's expectations by a few pennies, where you also saw a over $400 million swing in free cash flow to a burn of over $100 million. And we still, against that backdrop, we still don't really have a fully fleshed out turnaround program from Ryan Cohen or from the company in general.
NFTs, bro.
Last year, it was going to be a push towards e-commerce. That didn't really work out. So
e-commerce, you're going to compete with Amazon.
Back towards in-store dynamics, and that hasn't helped. So I think what you
dumbest pivot ever
today was coming out of Q4, the shares were up a lot on a big free cash flow number.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, Model 3 dude.
The industry had suggested in terms of its own performance. You flip that to Q1, you've got a big reversion to negative free cash flow, and you also have GameStop sales down 10% when the broader market's down about 1%. So.
Nick, to that point there, just in terms of the position that GameStop is in, the difficult path forward for them, what about just attracting top talent, bringing in great names that would potentially be able to help out GameStop in the future? When you have someone that's very divisive like Ryan Cohen, who people have very strong opinions about, how does that complicate that path forward?
Yeah, I think even if you brought in big names, you still would have the issue on the software side where dollars are going towards digital, mobile, and subscription, where eventually they'll go towards streaming as well. So I don't think a big name can solve that. And then on the hardware side, the numbers coming from Sony have been positive for the PlayStation. Microsoft had a rough quarter. Its hardware revenue is down roughly 30%. And Nintendo has been talking about softening Switch demand at retail for a couple quarters now. So I'm not really sure what big names, what they could really do to turn things around. And on top of that,
Atari.
Got the CEO gone after about 2 years.
Atari is going to save GameStop.
About 1 year ago. I'm not sure
Commodore 60
necessarily would feel like
65
they have an extended run at GameStop, given what's been going on at the executive level.
The Amiga 6000 is coming out.
Bottom line it in your note. You say you're convinced that GameStop is doomed. What does that mean? Where does the company go? Is it a target for acquisition?
What does it mean? What does it mean, Pee-wee?
Potential. I mean, what are we talking about when you say it's doomed?
Well, they've got about $1.3 billion in net cash. This quarter, again, a free cash flow burn of just over $100 million. So, I mean, they should be in a position where they can last for several more years. But long term, in our opinion, it's not a story that can be turned around.
What a waste.
To the joy of the GameStop fanboys. So over time, the software piece is going to be challenged. The hardware piece
Morant's rant
is eventually going to be challenged by slowing current gen sales, and by potentially Microsoft and others pushing gaming away from consoles and towards streaming solutions. And the collectible side, as I mentioned, just wasn't there in the first quarter. So they can hang on for several quarters, if not several years. But I just, especially with the NFT marketplace not working out the way they'd hoped.
There it is.
What the solution is for these guys.
Yeah, and Nick, it feels like you're kind of tiptoeing around it, but you're talking about closure, right? I mean, bankruptcy. I mean, what is the end game?
I don't see why GameStop would be relevant within its core video game market several years from now. So,
well, it's not already. It's already not.
They can sell. So, I think over time, they're going to find themselves headed towards bankruptcy.
All right, well, GameStop shares off just about 17% in the final hour of trading. Nick McKay of Wedbush.
Okay, so there's the context, because context is key. What is Bloomberg? They've been saying lately? Context changes everything. Their new little slogan. Context changes everything. We've always been a believer in contextualism. So anyway, so that's the backdrop. That's the background. That's the entire video that Morant's rants doesn't want to watch. Okay, so let's go hear his commentary on this. I'm going to back up just a little bit.
Thanks, Nick. I saw the whole video. I really did. I don't want to watch this video, obviously, because they say a lot of dumb stuff, like their sales are down. Yeah, software sales just aren't there. Everybody's going digital.
That's dumb. That's a dumb thing to say. Okay.
It was all this is a quarter. Okay, quarter one is where they're making announcements. That's when we let go of Matthew Furlong. But here's the crazy part. If we were so bad, GameStop missed Wall Street projections by 2 cents.
Here you go. Here you go with the straw man argument. If GameStop was so bad, blah, 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 straw man argument. Here we go.
Of Matthew Furlong. But here's the crazy part. If we were so bad, GameStop missed Wall Street projections by 2 cents quarter one. So was it really that bad? Wall Street already priced in what they thought GameStop would be, and they missed it by 2 cents, expectations of it.
Wow.
Additionally, GameStop.
Wow. Oh, that's such an amazing bullish talking point. It's such a great little, tiny little sliver of hope that you're latching onto. They only missed it by 2 cents, guys. They practically beat it. I mean, let's just say that they beat it. Who cares? Who's looking? It's 2 cents.
Killed Wall Street the next quarter. And then the next quarter, of course, Ryan Cohen was named the CEO. And software sales were increased by almost $80 million, $90 million. Do you think this is a dying company? So this guy, Nick McKay here, if you guys don't know who he is, we'll look at him for a second. Nick McKay is the president of equity research.
Let's do the deep dive into somebody's background. So you didn't even allow your audience to listen to what the guy said. But let's dig into his background and disparage that.
For Wedbush. So he's supposed to come out and destroy it. You guys know they have $1 billion.
Oh, he's supposed to come out and destroy it? Oh, right, because that's what Wall Street firms do. They destroy things. That's his only job, is to destroy things. Area of focus: entertainment, software, internet, media, and gaming. And he's got 3 licenses, 7, 86, and 87. How many licenses do you have? Morant's rant.
Short position versus GameStop, or at least
hang on, let me go back.
McKay is a guy, Nick McKay here. If you guys don't know who he is, we'll look at.
I'll shut up now.
Nick McKay is a vice president of equity research for Wedbush. So he's supposed to come out and destroy it. You guys know they have $1 billion short position versus GameStop, or at least it's been reported. What? And when you look at him and you see what he's been reported, of course, him and Matthew Packer, Michael Packer, whoever, and the other guy, Edward Wu, they all have the same idea, to paint it a bad way. But before joining them, who was he with? PwC, there you guys see it. Additional.
Oh my God.
And Lehman Brothers.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What does he cover? Roadblocks.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No private equity. Oh my God. No private. Oh my God. Oh shit.
So yes, he covers gaming companies, but here's a new look on what GameStop will be because of him. But I ask you something, Nick. You look real familiar, Nick McKay. Are you the same Nick? I'm just curious. Are you the same Nick that's in my chat every damn live stream? Nick M.
Oh,
we don't know where you came from out of nowhere, Nick M. But you write, Morantz, why did you buy GameStop at such a high price? Obviously, at the time you bought it, it was overvalued. So if you're all about fundamentals, then why did you buy it insanely high price? I've been buying it.
Yeah. It must be because clearly there's no other person.
I had bought
named
it that
Nick
opening weekend.
With
you guys can see where it ended
last
on
name
the
of
Friday.
it.
I can tell you because I bought the shares, right? And that was in February.
What an idiot.
Yes, I've been buying it all over the place, every price I can. But is that an insanely high price? Do you think I bought it on the 27th of January or the 28th of January? I didn't.
Apparently we are. Apparently we're doing this.
As the live stream goes, he just keeps talking and talking. And he'll tell you economy is going to be shit. Therefore, after GameStop won't be able to grow for a decade. Nobody is holding that long, Morantz. Maybe you, but not anyone else. Yeah, maybe Nick M. That's what your name is, right? So either you're Nick M in the chat and you're Nick McKay, or Nick McKay's just another plan out there for.
I'll be next.
We know what it is. They want you to push it down.
Fucking bring it the fuck on, Blumpkin. Bring it the fuck on. That's all I got to say. We are the internet. We are the internet. We are the internet.
They don't want to talk about it. They want to tell you GameStop's dying. I want to tell you GameStop's not worth anything. They're not going to last. This guy literally said GameStop's going to last a couple more quarters. That is absolutely crazy.
That's not what he said. That is not what he said. That is not what he said. I'm not going to go back and play it, although I could. It's right here at the end.
Not the way they'd hoped. I'm not sure what the solution is for these guys.
Yeah, and Nick, it feels like you're kind of tiptoeing around it, but you're talking about closure, right? I mean, bankruptcy. I mean, what is the end game?
I don't see why GameStop would be relevant within its core video game market several years from now. So, I'm sure there are some assets they can sell, but I think over time they're going to find themselves headed towards bankruptcy.
All right, well, GameStop share
slowing current gen sales. Collectible side, as I mentioned, just wasn't. You had the CFO leave. I feel like they'd have an extended run at GameStop, given what's.
So, Nick, you pretty much convinced that GameStop is go. Is it a target? Is it potential? I mean, what are we talking about when you say it's doomed?
Well, they've got about 1.3 billion in net.
Here it is.
This quarter, again, a free cash flow burn of just over $100 million. So, I mean, they should be in a position where they can last for several more years.
Several more years. Several more years. Not a couple quarters. You fucking lying piece of fucking shit.
I want to tell you, GameStop's not worth anything. They're not going to last. This guy literally said GameStop's going to last a couple more quarters. That is absolutely crazy. We're talking decades. GameStop's not going anywhere. Have you seen it? Are you a gamer? Do you know what it is?
Are you a gamer? Dude, gamers don't fucking like GameStop. Gamers don't like it. You're not a fucking gamer. You are not a gamer.
I know consoles. I know people tell you it's all digital.
Mm-hmm.
The gaming industry is forever growing, and it will. And there's always going to be someone in line to buy a physical disc. Remember what I'm telling you, because it's the truth. GameStop can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. Hey,
wow.
Nick M.
Hey, Nick M.
I'll see you around, millionaire. Peace.
What a douche. What a douchebag. Don't I have another one by him somewhere here? Oh, well, anyway, let's move on. I'm not playing another video by that NPC. Okay. Here's a tweet from Tice.
Ryan Cohen is not going to save their investment. They're not going to, the equity's not going to come back to their investment. There's nothing to buy. It's over for Bed Bath & Beyond. He could make his own company. He could do whatever he wants, but there is absolutely no value in Bed Bath & Beyond. None at all. And yet you're going to tell everyone that he's still in the play. That is ridiculous. You have my number. Lose it. Delete it. Don't ever call me. Fuck you.
Reminder that you the baddest bitch on the block. Not on my block though, but on your block for sure.
Additionally, I told everyone I didn't see the merger happening. I don't think it's real. And I think Kais Malej is crazy. All of this is true. Next, I met PP Seeds.
A daily reminder that you the baddest bitch on the block. Not on my block though, but on your block for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So next we have Strongman. Personal finance. Ape Father finally admits Strongman, there, was right about AMC stock. Bend the knee, boy. All right, let's see what we got.
Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. Historic day. Historic moment where the Ape Father, hey, I'm the Ape Father, let me tell you, a pizza, boom, finally admits that Strongman Personal Finance was right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Ape Father has bent the knee to his daddy. His daddy, sexy, handsome, strong man. So react to this video. It is okay that you made a mistake and lost all your money and invested in clown stocks. But smarten up. Maybe he'll start buying VT at some point, right? Let's see. So let's go ahead and listen to the Ape Father. What you up to, bro?
You know what I learned about being in AMC and meme stocks in general is that, look, I hate to give Strongman Personal Finance any credit because, you know, to me, he'll always be bedpan finance. He'll always be.
That was a good one.
The $17 chicken wing. I had to give him $20 so he could pay back his coworker $17 for the chicken wings he bought, Chris. But
the $17 chicken wing story. You know, you're at work, right? And, you know, you're like, hey, let's go get lunch. And you're like, okay, cool. And somebody's like, okay, I'll put it on my card and then you just pay me back later. That was the story of my $17 chicken wings. We went and got B-dubs. I think it was during tax season. And somebody put it on their card and they said, Chris, you can just pay me back later. So you know what I did? I got some cash and I paid them back later because they didn't have Venmo or anything like that. That's the story of the $17 chicken wings. But according to the Ape Father, I just didn't have enough money to buy my chicken wings. But he did give me a super chat, so he kind of bailed me out. I appreciate it. That's the funny story.
he said something that resonates still to this day in my head. He made a very good point. He's like, look, AMC is such high risk. Why put like so much in it? You know, why put hundreds of thousands of dollars? You could put a 10.
Amazing.
He was right.
Concept, huh?
You want me to be honest with you? I'm actually going to give him.
You mean you shouldn't go all in a clown stock that's massively unprofitable and has $2.5 billion more of debt than assets? And even 10 grand for AMC? I'd put like $5 in it just so I could buy, what, like 50 shares now? It's a clown stock. You never put a lot of money in a clown stock. But it didn't make sense. You know, he's like, he was telling me, every share is going to go to like $1 trillion. And it's like, okay, if every share is going to go to $1 trillion, why don't you just buy one share? So you'll still be a trillionaire. Why do you have to put all these?
Exactly.
What do you need, 100 gazillion trillion?
Good question.
You'll be fine.
Good question.
Okay, unless you're a disgusting, greedy scumbag. I never understood it.
Or you need to pump
and now
the stock.
Daddy here is finally proven right because AMC got wrecked, boy. Oh, what is AMC at now? Like $5 probably? And that's after the stock split. Disaster.
Like credit, he was right. And you know what the funny thing that happened to me now I went completely to the extreme. where I don't even want to put a single dollar in meme stocks anymore. Like he was talking about maybe just risking 10 grand first.
10? Did I say 10 grand? God, I would know. Okay, look. I'm not Paul. I was
gonna say
you don't buy watches and you don't put $10,000 into clown stocks unless you're like a multi-millionaire.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Hold on now.
A couple hundred.
According to Everything Money, one of the 3 things that you need to do before you turn 30 is buy a nice watch. Buy a nice watch.
Bucks for fun, but you should focus on maxing your tax advantage account.
And Strongman called him out on that. So
stock.
Just bringing that up.
This is over the 200,000 that I risked. But the thing is, I'm at a point I don't even want to risk a penny at this point. So I went completely the opposite. And the thing is that you got to learn from your mistakes in life. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay.
It's not okay when you're in your 40s and 50s and you put your life savings in a clown stock and you lose 95% of your money. It's not okay. Because you're
I don't think that's really
to financially recover from that. Okay, be very careful who you listen to. It's not okay to make mistakes with your investing future. If you, I don't know, have a girlfriend and you don't treat her right, okay, you can learn from that. You can financially recover from that, even though women are expensive. If you lose all your money in a clown stock, you're never gonna recover. You're gonna be working until you drop dead. It's okay, bro. You just lost $500,000. No biggie.
See, I think a lot of people really beat themselves up. You know, they get very down. Some people go into a depression. It's not worth it because money could always be made right back. You know what I mean? Luckily for me, and I know that nobody wants to hear it, I did only risk 10% of my net worth at AMC. I know nobody wants to hear this, but it's the facts. It's the truth. I got gold. I got all types of things. I got a house. I got other investments, bonds. I got a lot of things, but
man, talk about some killer investments right there. So you have a shiny rock, you have a house that's in one county, in one city, in one state, and you have bonds. I mean, I guess bonds. Well, it depends when you bought them, but have you ever considered a VTI, perhaps VT, 401k, IRA? You're getting there. You're slowly getting. Maybe by the time you're 78, Father, you'll finally understand that Daddy Strongman has been a very wise man. He's been good for you. You just need to listen and implement my strategies, bro. It's so hard. Max your tax advantage accounts by VT, bro. It's so, oh my God, it's so hard.
Nobody wants to hear that. It's fine. I really could give 2 shits what you want to hear. But still, it was too much money that I put into it, okay? And Chris, Strongman Personal Finance, was actually right. But this is the thing.
Oh, wait, here comes the bud. I actually haven't watched this video. What's he gonna say? I want to hear this copium.
The thing, moving forward, now I learned my lesson. That's it. Now my focus is 3 things: gold, cash, and real estate. Look, I don't
gold and cash.
Shiny
gold and cash.
Okay. Cash, which you're guaranteed to lose with inflation, and real estate, which is not easy. It's not easy to make money. Bro, just buy a house, bro. Just rent it, bro. It's so easy, bro. No, it's not that freaking easy, and it's highly risky and highly concentrated. Why is he so resistant to an index? I don't understand why somebody would be so resistant to an index fund.
I don't care what Lou says about the dollar collapsing. Cash will always be king. I remember watching that Oprah Winfrey interview. I never will forget this. Multi-billionaire Oprah Winfrey.
What the?
And she doesn't really invest in anything. She just keeps cash. Everything is cash with her. And
because she has
it was kind of stupid. I'm like, she could be a lot of it. Sort of interest, something, right?
Well, cash pays interest. Your savings account, treasuries, it's all cash, basically. You can get, if you're a billionaire and you have all your money in short-term treasuries, you're going to be fine.
Now you see everything that happened with the stock market. Retail lost $350 billion in 2022. I think Oprah Winfrey's a friggin' genius. Okay, cash will always be king to me. Gold.
Cash is not king.
Gold, I feel, is headed one direction, up. Real estate, you're always making money. You're always making money.
Cash is king, and gold is going up.
Every single.
Oh, you always make money in real estate. It's so easy. Just buy real estate, bro. If you hear that, especially from the ape father, you should be a little.
Hey, Blumpkid, if you've got something to say it. Otherwise, I'm not really interested in these juvenile ass, vague statements. We get it. So you had your chance. You shot your load. Goodbye.
Time I was involved in real estate. My father was involved in real estate. My friends, my everyone makes money. The only time you don't make money in real estate, we talked about this with that psychopath, Antonio Miranda, who always breaks my balls about everything. Only one day.
Okay. Just the ape father rambling. But there was another rants video.
Hi, guys. So I've been making videos for about 3 years on YouTube, Twitter.
Hi, guys. Me, my, me, my.
TikTok, you name it. And I'm back to where I started. This is the kitchen. This is the table that I sat at when I first started live streaming. And I've been talking about Gamestop. I've been talking about Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC movie theaters, MULN Automotive, numerous other meme stocks.
Shitcos.
Private equity stocks that are being manipulated and people that are losing money. I've been exposing the truth about what's happening out there on Wall Street for...
Exposing the truth, right? Oh, okay.
Like I said, almost 3 years now. And this week, I really felt, the pressures of what it is to create this content.
Oh my God. Woe is him. He. Woe is he.
How they can attack, right? And it's different. You might be able to attack someone in a public forum. Like you might want to go ahead and attack an individual for his point of view and or his opinion.
Or his ignorance or lack of knowledge.
On something. But they did something last night where they crossed a line.
Oh my God.
I thought it was unbelievable.
Oh dear.
For those of you that don't know, they took my child's information, my youngest son, and they put his name, full legal name, the school that he goes to, and they put up his awards, and basically inviting anyone to go ahead and create or put harm on my child. And
okay.
And
so we're supposed to feel sorry for you? We're supposed to feel bad? We're supposed to feel, oh my God, why would they do this to such a great fucking guy who only cares? He just cares about people. He's trying to expose the truth.
I understand.
I don't even believe this. I don't even believe that this is true. This is face saving because he's been such a fucking dick lately, alienating his own fucking Discord members, longtime members. Oh, it's very convenient timing. I don't care whether it's true or not. I just don't care.
A comment and said it's okay because you asked for that, or because you're in a public light.
And I know we're not supposed to support doxing of any kind. Doxing bad. I don't believe it.
Videos and YouTube, and this is what you're.
I mean, based on all of the other lies that this guy tells, like Wedbush said that GameStop would be around for 2 quarters. No, they most certainly did not say that. You fucking liar. This guy's a liar. He has no credibility. Zero credibility. So blah, blah, blah. Fry me a fucking river. Fry me a river.
That's not nearly the truth.
Cocksucker.
Stop evil no matter where it is. You can
evil. Yes, because it's a good versus evil thing because you have a simplistic worldview.
If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Right? These guys.
God fucking damn it.
They've lost every dollar they put in on some investments, and maybe it's
because they listen to your ass.
Maybe it's everything to them.
How can anybody sit here and say this shit with a straight fucking face?
You can't break me, and this is why you can't stop me. You see this shirt? This is a shirt that I've worn every time I'm in a tough spot. If I'm going up for a promotion and or if I'm having a day that
the lucky shirt,
a little bit more protection, I wear this shirt. And on the shirt is my cousin. His name's Isaiah Ryan Gardner. And Isaiah passed away 7
Here we go.
years ago.
More sob story shit.
Yesterday. The reason why it meant so much to me is he had a particular form of cancer.
Here we go.
Brain cancer, brainstem cancer, and he deteriorated in front of us. But he's wearing a beanie because he protects his head. You know, Isaiah had so much foresight to have an effect on me. You know, Make-A-Wish Foundation. You know what Isaiah asked for? He asked for
GameStop shares. No.
Film. And he proceeded to travel throughout the whole valley and visit all friends and family and take pictures with everyone, myself included, and my son, who is now an adult. And I think it was that day that I realized what it was to be a parent. I was at the funeral and I was
right. He's putting me to sleep here with this bullshit.
She was in total control in a way, or she was dealing with it, and I couldn't even imagine because I had my son in my arms. My son was a baby. I was holding him, and I was just like looking down at him, and I was just sobbing. I was crying. I couldn't even control it. I believe my son was a year and a half old, and I was just like, wow, I couldn't imagine my son being taken from me. So I'm wearing the shirt today to let you know you can't faze me. There's nothing you guys can do. I'll protect my children at all costs, yes.
Who cares about your fucking children? If I can be quite frank.
Bigger than you guys.
Nobody fucking cares.
People are like, oh, look at me, I'm the victim. Look at me, oh, look what I've been doing. Yeah, I've been exposing people for a long time, but I never attack their children. I try to put like a spotlight on what they do, personally. But for these guys to put out the addresses and make fake accounts, invite people to come visit me at my home, visit my wife at work, full-on attacks, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Well, let me just say this.
So, this is my Sunday conversation about that. You know,
you don't need some asshole on Twitter to do those things. Information is available. Information is public. People can make it easier to get it and publicize it. Sure. But no. I mean, don't worry. I live half a world away. I'm not going to go visit this clown's wife at work. All I'm saying is I don't need a doxer. Do that. That's all. Why give power to these doxers? Why is he even what is the point of this video? Here's my contention. If this were true, would this be what he would be doing? I don't know. It wouldn't be what I would be doing, but that's not relevant here for a lot of reasons.
You know, take precautions, but just know that if you're living for God, if you're living for a higher
living
purpose,
for God,
if you're forever thankful for what you have, none of this scares me. It doesn't scare me. It just puts me in a place mentally where I can say, you know what? I'm just gonna put my shirt on. I'm gonna feel good about myself right now.
Feel good.
So this morning I go into a Twitter Spaces call, and I saw they were talking about GameStop, and it's the same characters, it's the same people that they always have something negative to say. And they were in a previous grift, which was
they always have something negative to say, which means they're probably talking about it truthfully, honestly, right?
They're never going to get their money back. But it's to the point where I'm giving up on giving out that information to these guys. I've blocked so many accounts in the last 2 days because I don't want to have to answer to these guys. You know, the same people that make fun of me for my profession, what I do for a living. They try to say I'm a janitor and I clean the floors. I wouldn't care if I was a janitor. I wouldn't care what I do for a living because it's not about what I do to provide for my family. It's the message and it's the truth that matters to me. And all these people get lied to. But
bullshit.
A couple of hundred people, a couple of thousand people.
Bull fucking shit.
It's not going to change my day that I couldn't save all of them. You guys all lost money in the stock market because you didn't want to listen to what I've been telling you. But I'm going to stick to my guns on this one. Literally, no. I'm going to tell you guys. This is tough, man. It's tough trying to tell people the truth when everyone wants to be lied to. Silence, unfortunately, is the best.
Fucking tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. But it's not really that tough. It's not. because I don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. Never have. Never will. I have no skin in the game. No dog in the fight. Unlike Morant's rants. Unlike every one of these other grifter clowns here that we look at. They all have irons in the fire. They have a bias. We don't. We don't. That's a good thing. At least traditionally.
Is the best route to go right now. And for a guy who's known as ranting, right? Morant's rants. That's all I do. I'm going to be extremely.
Oh, God, it's insufferable.
Hopefully, the deafening silence will be the loud truth that you need.
Oh, that's so poetic.
I'll continue to buy GameStop. I'll continue to do my own research.
Yeah, Lynn.
Video, I'll put it out. And I'm not putting my children in harm's way.
It's tough to tell people the truth when you've been lying to them for so long. God damn.
These guys don't deserve the truth. They deserve to lose every single dollar they've put in. They're not even men.
Like, okay, so who Morant's the ultimate decider of who deserves what. The narcissism here is so fucking, oh my God.
Hide behind a screen and a fake name and not a picture of themselves.
Why does it matter? Oh yeah, I get that too. You don't show your face. It's not about my face. It's about the information. If you can't trust something or even accept it as valid information to be considered because there's no face. Okay.
Some of us put our whole information out here for the world to see.
That means nothing. That means nothing. So does fucking Jason on Stocks and Crypto Creep. So did Trey, Collins. They all put out their face, their name, everything. They were idiots. They were wrong. It doesn't fucking matter.
Because we have nothing to hide.
Some people are okay with the world knowing that they're fucking morons.
Me? I'll be around. Peace.
Good. You know what? You know what I got to say to that? Hold on. Yes. Rants. Taking a step back. Much needed break, right? Okay. He rolled a negative on empathy. How weak does he think people are? Well, if they're members of his Discord, then he's used to some weak-ass, ridiculous nonsense. Let me just go back here and see what we missed. In the Telegram. Here's another one.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Morant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. It's a great weekend. I know that it's the final 2 days of the GameStop Pro Week, as they call it.
Pro Week.
A lot of things 50% off. I believe if you buy a clearance item, you get 2 items in addition to that. And then, of course, a new VR headset. It's going to be the Oculus 3. It's out there now. They call it the MetaQuest 3. So a lot of people are looking at new consoles, all the games, everything available to you. The T-shirts, $8 a T-shirt, the GameStop shirts, you name it. Mm-hmm. I'm just so thankful to be a part of GameStop, and I love all the employees.
Oh, God. Pathetic.
My GameStop employees.
Listen to this bullshit.
Here in the picture. But if you guys are paying attention to them out there, they're well educated, and they know a lot about the products. So I just want to cheer them on every time I see them. And to everyone else out there, enjoy your company. buy the product, support it that way. That's what I'm doing. And thank you guys so much for everything. Peace.
Thank you for everything. Yes. Okay. Wow. All right, now let's see here. The Unspoken Dangers of AMC Trading by Clover Trading. No views 1 hour ago.
It's a terrible company, and none of this is financial advice, but just look at the price action and looking at the filings, it's very clear what this company's objective is. And so for me to hear that someone has invested $2 million at exorbitant prices at an exorbitant market cap betting on the future of AMC, good luck. But look, AMC is not a small cap ticker, but it's doing small cap type of dilution. It's a terrible company, and none of this is financial advice, but just look at the price action.
Okay. Oh, look, zero data. Zero data with the prediction.
As far as what I think we could see is basically AMC just kind of being flat, moving, kind of flat.
Listen to this clown now. Listen to this clown now. Oh, where's all the bullish talk, bro? AMC is going to be flat. He's going to be flat. Okay.
As it kind of works this wedge, and then possibly coming down to these lower levels, retesting this before moving back to the upside. So this is what I'm expecting for AMC. But if we can get above the levels of $9.50 using that as support, you're going to see a nice pop to the upside. And if we can get above the sloping resistance at about $9.35, you're going to see a pop to the upside. It does look like we do have gap fills to the upside as well, but we do have one
gap fills.
To the upside. So again, we could potentially be going down to recheck.
Look at that snazzy mic that he bought with the money that his subscribers gave him. Wow. Wow.
Those lower levels as support. But the main thing you're looking at when AMC.
Yeah, nice screen zoom.
Are we making higher lows? And so far, we are making
higher lows. Higher lows. Oh, boy.
$7.30. So if we can, as far as what I.
Jesus Christ. Pathetic. Speaking of Jason, look, we're going to hear about Taylor Swift. Finally, somebody's going to mention Taylor Swift. Jeez. And if you're wondering why it's doing this, it's not me doing this. It's not the hedge he's doing this. Sorry for anybody with epileptic seizures here. I should have a freaking disclaimer on here. Come on now. Come on. Anytime. God. Oh, Jesus. It has to do with certain extensions to the browser that YouTube has decided that they don't like anymore. That's all I'm going to say. But I respect the audience more than to put them through the items which that browser extension modifies. Let's put it that way, okay?
Hey friends, welcome to Stock.
I don't know if you caught what I was saying. I can't talk about it. It's a private equity thing.
And crypto plays. Real quick, I'm talking about AMC stock. Right now, AMC just posted this. Party like it's 1989, starting October 19th. Book a private theater rental.
Private theater.
For Taylor Swift. This was posted
Friday,
2 hours ago, but I don't know why the date is backdated. AMC for Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour concert film. Host up to 40 guests in your own auditorium. So if you've got a, family that loves Taylor Swift, like Swifties or whatever, and you want to do like a private event, you can book this through AMC. It says book a private theater rental for the concert film Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, private rentals. The reason that would be good is because people act kind of crazy with these movies going on. They act kind of crazy on the inside. They like to dance, and they don't even sit down. They act kind of wild. They're dancing and all that kind of stuff. So it's all you need is 40 guests, up to 40 guests. in your own auditorium. So, you know, you can have like a little party right there. The reason I'm posting this is because, you know, it could be good for AMC business. So let me know what you think. Also, she's at the Kansas City Chiefs game today. They showed a photo of her with a Chiefs jersey on. Very interesting. So she's getting a lot of attention right now, especially since, you know, she's dating Travis Kelce, tight end, best tight end in the NFL for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Cares.
They also showed her dancing with
irrelevant.
I think it's Brittany Mahomes, which is Patrick Mahomes'
best tight end
girlfriend or wife. I think wife. Yes, wife. It was very cringy.
Tightest ass in the NFL.
Very cringy. I had to look away, but the Swifties probably like it, right, guys?
Whoa, what's up with those specs? How many pairs of glasses does this guy own?
Subscribe and notifications. Share the video with a
I have
friend.
one.
Comment below what kind of content do you want to hear about on AMC specifically? Because there's
he's putting out a call.
AMC, and I like to keep you guys updated. What do you look for as a viewer? What are you interested in? Do you want analysis of the stock?
Tell me when I'm going to get rich already.
Like, you know, volume, you know, analytical type of stuff, or do you want news stories? Like, I'm not sure what
we want. The QAnon stuff.
What I think is relevant. So comment on that. Also, did you watch my last previous 2 videos? I have some hot stuff on XRP, crypto, silver, and gold. This rich guy, he's like a millionaire or billionaire.
Bill Pulte.
Millionaire/billionaire. Not exactly sure, but he said gold, if there's a financial crisis, gold could go to $75,000 an ounce, $60,000 an ounce for silver, Bitcoin to 10 million, I think he said. Watch the video. You know, I know these are crazy numbers, but watch the video in my channel. All right, talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Oh, sweet. All right. So nothing. It's a good time for a cheeseburger at Applebee's. Oh my dear God. I always wonder who eats at Applebee's. Oh, now we know. AMC stock is 10x outperforming. Oh, look, Al from Boston. Let's go there. Let's go there. I don't know why I'm even trying here. It doesn't always do this. Oh, come on. It's trying to protect us from this garbage. There we go.
Everybody, it's Al from Boston. Let's kick it.
Let's kick it off.
Video in a while. I wanted to.
Let's kick it off.
See how everything was going. Let's talk shop for a sec. Okay. AMC. Here's what we know. All right. The box office winnings for the Taylor Swift thing.
Box office winnings. God, these people, they can't. I mean, just the way they talk about everything. So stupid. The box office winnings. Yeah, let's look at the box office winnings. Huh? Billions, right? For Taylor Swift. Billions. So last week we looked at last Sunday, I think we looked at last weekend's numbers, and somebody was in here, you know, being a dick. Well, if you know the weekend numbers, just subtract it from the Friday. Well, that's actually not how it broke down. I don't know where that clown is now, but 37. You're opening 37.5 million. Last Saturday, 32 million. Last Sunday, 23 million. Okay. Now, what did we say? We said this was the peak. This is the top. This is as high as it goes, and it's down from here. And I said in Telegram, because there was an analyst that said that they were going to do 32 million this weekend. So I said, well, it sounds like to me probably about 10 million a day. And what do we see for Friday? Preliminarily, 10.5 million. So it'll probably be similar. You've got 10 million this weekend per day. Next weekend will be lower, and so on. There's a lot of millions left to get to $1 billion here. And that's just gross revenue, ticket sales, not AMC's share. And by the way, this is playing at all theaters, not just AMC. So even less. Okay, but well, let's hear Al's take.
Has been pretty successful. Not gonna lie to you. The Eris tour is killing it. I think they made another 60 million this week. It released
Another 60 million this week. No. 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 That's the problem with I think, just look at the fucking data. Well, you can't, because then you couldn't say, I think it made 60 million. Fucking grifter.
At least October 3rd. All in all, you get $160 million that's pulled in. I don't know how much in terms of revenue for a company.
Worldwide.
Presumably, this thing is going to set off a chain of events. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what this means for the long term with this model, and let's see what we can honestly flush out.
Some might say it's an order of magnitude.
Sense it's kind of fluctuating with the announcement, which I think is going to be a positive earnings. With Beyonce, I'm sorry, not Beyonce, with the coming up in November. I think you can see the stock between $14 and $18. I think it'll start to uptrend with momentum. I think it'll be $14 and $18. I think the big one, what we're all looking for, is a succession of big hit stars, right? Who are the biggest musical, stars and artists right now, and whatever all time, maybe.
So milk the gimmick, basically.
Grande, you got Billie Eilish, you got Bieber, you got Ed Sheeran, you got Eminem, you got Beyonce, you got
Eminem,
Rihanna,
Kanye,
Malone, Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar, and Justin Timberlake, and just
is there
names, right?
So they're still at the stage of serving the defendants. That's the update on the AL website, the AL lawsuit. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let me bring in this screenshot here that Badback's got for us. He pasted the text in, but see here. Yeah, one sec here. Oops, wrong window. Okay. This is an analyst speaking. Quote, however, we view distribution as a low return / margin business. Distribution fees for most major movie studios range from 10 to 15%. He added, well, we believe AMC undercut studio rates to partner with Taylor Swift and Beyonce with a fee in the 5 to 6% range, is responsible for marketing promotion, and is paying Variance Film, who is coordinating bookings. So, of course, they're outsourcing the booking part of it. Cash burn also remains an issue for AMC. We assume further share issuances will be coming to maintain a comfortable liquidity level. All right.
Being said, those
back just a little bit.
Rihanna, Post Malone, Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar, and Justin.
Travis Scott, be careful. You don't want to stampede in the AMC theaters. Be careful with Travis Scott.
And just a host of other names, right? That being said, those are the people that's going to supplement with their revenue with these shows that they're going to make, because this is going to end up being viral. This is going to be a thing now. I'm not going to lie. I have to hand it to the old man. That's a smart idea that he did. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Well, he has to hand it to him. The smart idea that he did. He came up with the idea, except we know that it was Taylor Swift's father who contacted Aron about this potential deal. It was not Aron's idea. So, sorry. It wasn't, at least according to the reports. Deadline Hollywood could be wrong.
The big
but who
one I'm
knows?
looking for is Beyonce. All right. Beyonce has a global reach, similar to Taylor, but bigger, I would say. And some of the more notable rap stars, I think you'll get some. I think you'll get Eminem on this thing. Those are the people we're looking for. We're looking for the huge, big name stars. And those are just
right.
culture, right? We haven't talked about hard rock, classic rock. Like, what if U2 does one?
Leonard Skinner
does one, and they're a global
U2
band. Everyone knows U2 from
everyone loves.
Everybody knows who U2 is. All right. Those
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Stones before they die, or Pink Floyd, whoever, right? Those people will start bringing in real cash, and because people
why would they?
It gives them an opportunity to do that.
Jesus,
with this whole new genre. And the way this is happening for Taylor Swift, she's making boku bucks. Everybody's making money on this thing.
Except
I just don't know what AMC's numbers are until later. But if this thing catches on,
I mean,
that $18 could very well be
how you don't know what AMC's numbers are. Well, they're lower than this. They're way lower than this, and this right here wouldn't save you. If you kept 100% of this, it would not save you, and it's lower than that. So do the math, right?
$50, $25.
Yes, karaoke night. I'm in
by the end of Christmas, right?
I'm in,
and then if he's got a good earnings overall,
and I'm singing Rush.
Report. My assumption is he's probably going to do another dilution. I'm just being honest. That's just what I think.
Oh, okay.
If he
you
does
think
another dilution, the stock's going to tumble. But it is what it is. But in respects to, if more people start signing up, more people want to do this, blah blah blah, and they got people doing this because AMC.
Hell, do a battle of the bands.
Made this happen.
Let's do a battle of the bands at AMC,
they're able to pull.
And they can be at home in their parents' basement. And we'll pipe in a live feed
a nice chunk
from the basement.
What's going to happen in terms of
because they don't really have a stage?
Because they're still going to bring the price down.
I think it could work.
Usual mechanisms of naked short selling and everything else.
Shut the fuck up.
If you have
naked short selling
that start to take away some of that pressure off everybody, really. Oh, the company's going positive. They're more inclined to closing those short positions, smaller ones at least. Just to make sure that
smaller naked shorts,
they are hedged rather. So that being said, that's what I have for you guys. I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know who else is going to be involved. I'm waiting for the Beyonce announcement. I'm waiting for the bigger names to start showing up. Taylor's pretty big in the United States. It's great. People love her, and she doesn't have the reach that Beyonce does and the other guys. But I'm close. I'm curious to see how this thing evolves over a period of time with other musical acts and so on and so forth. That being said, I tell him in a comment.
We're in talks with John Merriweather right now.
Q3. Let's see what the announcement looks like. Don't forget, we still have Oppenheimer and Barbie that we haven't accounted for. We remember that was in Q3 when that came out. There was still remnants of that earnings for that. So Q3 should be an interesting time frame in this November. So we'll have that live broadcasted here for you, and we'll go.
Cool.
South from Boston signing out. Have a great rest of the day. Bye bye.
Yeah, you know what comes to mind here? I'm waiting for the Beyonce announcement. Yeah? Still waiting. Now, check this out, okay? Hold on a second here. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, never mind. That was a false alarm. But still waiting is not. Cool. Here's zero data again. Oh, look. This could be the beginning of the end. This could be the beginning of the end. Know this now. Mr. Run-On Sentence. Charlotte can play the spoons. Cool. Very cool. Let's do a Zoom meeting on the big screen and stream the big screen and stream the show. That would be cool. So if you see a GoFundMe pop up for a Zoom room for this channel, throw in 50 cents. We might be able to get a Zoom room. A Zoom room. Breakfast at AMC. I don't know what this means. This week is going to be crazy. I think this guy says this every week. Pretty sure.
When I say hedge.
No, shut up. Let's see. Crazy week. This week is going to be crazy. Crazy week coming. Are you ready? Crazy week incoming. Are you ready for a crazy week? This week will be crazy. This week is going to be crazy. Another crazy week incoming. Crazy week incoming. AMC stock could go crazy this week. This week will be crazy. This week is going to be crazy. Why AMC will likely go crazy this week. AMC is going crazy this week. 2 years ago. This week ahead will be crazy. This week is going to be crazy. This week will be crazy. This week will be crazy. Will be crazy. Is going to be crazy. Going to be crazy. Could go crazy this week. Could go crazy this week. Things are going to get crazy this week. Everything you need to know, everything AMC you need to know heading into this next week. Where's the crazy? AMC is going to go crazy this week. Massive gamma squeeze incoming. Continued margin calls. Why AMC/stocks are about to go crazy. The stock market is going crazy. AMC is going to go crazy this week. AMC is going to go crazy. This is just the start 1 year ago. Next week is going to be important. Okay. Crazy. Why AMC stocks are about to go crazy. This could get exciting. Netflix and Disney partnership. Remember that? 2 years ago. This is massive. CCIV is going to go crazy. Oh man, it's really about to get crazy. So there's a phrase that comes to mind here. There's actually a couple come to mind, but the one that I'm thinking of right now is the boy who cried wolf. You can't say that it's going to be crazy every fucking week. And guess what? It pretty much never is crazy. Now he's hoping for the broken clock syndrome to kick in. He's hoping for the broken clock syndrome. One of these times, it's going to be crazy and he's going to be right. But that's, we don't have time for amateur hour. We don't have time for a broken clock. Now, let's see what kind of swans Uncle Frank has, and then we'll get to some of these Twitter spaces that I'm hearing about.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to hear my trading and market updates. This is Uncle Frank, and I'm not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Please remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the presentation, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're alerted when I have new information to share. So now let's get into the latest updates. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Let's kick this off with some good news, starting with a headline from Deadline. Taylor Swift, still bejeweled with $32 million second weekend. Killers of the Flower Moon brings adult...
I'll go ahead and, save the time here. That's the projection I was talking about. Remember I mentioned Deadline? This is the prediction I was talking about because guess what? The weekend wasn't over when this was posted yesterday. So, yeah.
Cinemas with a $23 million opening. From the article, which was updated Saturday morning, the overall box office at around $87.3 million is off 23% from a year ago. But AMC's Taylor Swift The Eras Tour and Apple and Paramount's Martin Scorsese movie Killers of the Flower Moon are keeping business afloat and popcorn popping with respective weekend takes of $32 million and $23 million. The latter is an exceptional start for what is a very long movie, longer than Oppenheimer, and a great beginning for Apple's foray into the wide theatrical business, especially at a time
great.
actors can't promote because of the actors' strike. I want you to know we are at a critical crossroads on this trade. I know many of you are frustrated by how long this play has
Critical
taken.
crossroads on the
By the
trade?
lawlessness of Wall Street, the inaction of regulators, and by the Wall Street-driven bad decisions of AMC.
Or the relentless pumping by grifters such as yourself.
Management, like Hycroft, the Ape, and the reverse split, which
Hycroft, Wyckoff Mining, the rocket fuel that will send AMC and Ape to the moon. Bonus points if anyone can tell me who said that. Which grifter
has
said that?
Down over 83% year over year. But here is something I'd like to share with you that I think a lot of people are missing. We have just passed 2022's total gross, and we still have
oh my God
to go, which was better than 2021, which was better than 2020. Of course, the financial press will focus on the fact we haven't passed 2019 or pre-pandemic, right? What they won't mention,
because the financial press is concerned about, I mean, ostensibly, numbers that go up. Numbers that go up. That's how capitalism works. Numbers go up. These numbers went down. They're going up. Yes, they're going up. But for real investors, they would be concerned. I just, the way that they talk about this shit is just so ignorant.
Theaters, the industry has lost due to the pandemic. They will also never mention
yes, it has
lost over 2,000 movie screens since the pandemic. They will
my God.
FTDs, naked shorting,
FTDs,
ATS abuse, but they will definitely
all the shit that can't be proven, right?
Per film, which actually exceeds the average of 2019 by over 3.8 million. What the industry
I wonder why that is. What about what's that thing? Inflation. How much more do tickets cost now? You're talking about the revenue here. The revenue is higher. The average revenue is higher, guys. Oh my God. Yeah. The average price of a pack of soft drinks is higher. That may be a little different.
Captures per film has increased every year since the pandemic. Now here's the part that everyone is missing. This is very important. We had 910 movie releases in 2019, but only 451 so far this year. If we were to get 900 releases in 2024,
oh, here we go.
16 million per film, which
abuse of statistics.
Total gross for the industry climbs to 14.4 billion. That's nearly double what it is now, and far.
I mean, abusive statistics, speculative, and I'll throw straw man in there too on that. Because I don't think it really, I don't know. I would have to do some modeling, I guess. But like pretty boy modeling school. Not that kind of modeling. But I suspect that this would not be a linear type of relationship here, as simply as he wants to make it, for reasons. Okay.
Better than 2019 by over 3.
But you don't have 900 releases.
Take a look at the arrows.
So,
okay, you can see our average is now 16.3 per film versus 12.4 per film in 2019. You can also see we haven't gotten over 500 films from Hollywood ever since 2019. What this means is we're doing more with less, okay? And if we start getting more films,
charging more for less,
okay, and we can keep this average high, we will blow out the total gross number, that top line number for the industry. Now, guys, we need to help some of our popular YouTubers and yes voters out there that never learned how to do basic math. Let's examine this company, Widgets. It's March of 2019. This business was worth $1.3 million, but has debt of $4.86 million pre-pandemic. You see what I did there? I used the real debt to equity ratio of AMC.
Charlotte's correct.
Applied it to this small business for
HYMC is the rocket fuel that will send AMC and Ape to the moon, was said by Common sense investor. You get a gold star, Charlotte. Let me get the gold star ready here. Where is it? Where's my gold star? Cache of gold stars. Here it is. Oh no, I like this one better. Oops. You get the premium gold star. There it is. Congratulations.
For comparison's sake.
I don't know how you remember.
2019, Phil's widget sold.
Why do you know? Why did you know that?
And was doing
anyway?
okay, except for its extreme debt load. But then in 2020, the pandemic struck. There were some days Phil's widgets were closed by the local government. Due to COVID and a crippled supply chain, Phil's
silly me, no.
56 widgets to sell, only half of what they had in 2019. You see what I did there? I plugged in the number of movie releases AMC got in 2019 and 2020 to this business, so even a turtle could figure this out.
Brilliant.
So now they saved to round out his comp plan. Phil was in the top 5 paid executives by his title of CEO cash bonus 2020. From 2019 on with all this, Uncle Frank, well, sold most of his stock as well. So where are you going with all this, Uncle Frank? Well, like him or not, Marco Hodes said that Adam Aron, the AMC senior executives, and the board of directors ran an enrichment scheme at the expense of individual investors, that's us, who actually saved the company. Now, I did email the head of investor relations, John Merriweather, over at AMC. I wanted to know, have stock bonuses been paid out to AMC senior management and the board of directors for 2023? His answer was, fiscal year 2023 has not yet been completed, so no incentive compensation or bonuses have been paid for 2023 performance. I also asked him, if we haven't paid him for 2023, when does that occur? And he replied, the company does not publicly disclose the timing of the compensation payments. Now, guys, I'm of the opinion that they should receive their base salaries. They can even keep their non-stock cash bonuses. But I am also of the opinion that since our stock is down over 80% year over year, that the stock awards should also be reduced by 80%. Now, why would I do that? Why would I suggest that? Well, number one, Adam Aron, the entire board of directors, all of senior management, haven't bought a single share of AMC in over 5 years, but in fact sold over $1 billion worth to us. I think it's about time we end that policy.
Well, you could just not have bought them, but I mean, that would be too easy, I guess.
The good news about all this is we have an annual shareholder meeting coming up. You can email John Merriweather and suggest that we reduce the stock awards by 80%.
Reduce the
you can
stock.
also vote. We've got an annual shareholder meeting coming up on November 8th.
Because we know that the
Napoleon coming out November 22nd.
Company management, controls the stock. It's like a water spigot.
And Beyonce will drop December 1st. A lot of exciting things coming up, but I don't know if we want to pay these outrageous stock bonuses when the company has this debt level. I don't think it's fair, and I think we need to put more money towards reducing our debt than
that's not going to happen.
Executives who sell it immediately, who like to sell,
they don't sell it immediately. They can't sell it immediately. The shares aren't vested immediately. Nothing's immediate. Nothing is immediate about this process. Nothing is immediate.
When it's low, instead of building up.
Unless you're Ryan Cohen investing in Bed Bath & Beyond.
And selling it when it's higher so we can pay off more debt.
Trey.
Hey, I want to thank you for watching, and please remember.
Okay, that was a waste of time. All right. Let's go to this space. This X space. And we need to go to 46 minutes.
Fuddy-duddy.
We'll go a little bit before that.
To dilute the float if they don't get the original Proposal 1 passed. So numerous companies do this. If you guys have been investing in companies like this that do reverse stock splits routinely, that constantly live via 8Ks, you guys got to learn how to invest in better stocks, better companies. And it's too easy for people just to point it out and be like, oh, we're right. It's not that. It's not that we want to be right. You want to look at the 50 years of history of what private equity has done, what they continue to do. And in this case, it's minimal risk for them. They leveraged MULN Automotive the minute they went public. The very first day they went public. I want you guys to go read the prospectus for this company and the equity exchange they did with Esosa, and I forget the other one at the moment right now. Yes, Aquitas.
Well, bro, you just spread halfway what you were saying. You got lost because retail owns the majority of the shares.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. Oh,
Gladstone.
Okay.
You just step in it.
All right. So I'm going to help you out
because
here.
they're going to spread that fear, uncertainty.
No, there is no fear here. You
No.
should be fearful. You should be doubt. You should have a lot of doubt and a lot of uncertainty because there is no proof that you hold the majority of these shares. And I'll explain.
Looks like they're talking about me over in Marant's Rants Discord. I guess he going off on all the tubers. What the fuck else do I do? Brah. That's what I do. Am I live? Yes, then I'm going off on all the tubers. Call me squish. What's the next one? The same Scott we told to fuck off. No, that's Scott Poland. They can't even get the right Scott. That's funny. But yes.
Okay, because I want you to understand.
We over here going off on all the
You're
tubers.
saying that we don't, so you're spreading.
I'm telling you, you don't. You don't understand
where's your
the
proof,
play,
bro.
Yes.
Listen. Stop.
We bad.
Listen.
I gotta listen to you with your proof.
Gladstone, let him explain.
Oh boy, this is getting good.
Gladstone, I'm a professional. I know a lot
Professional.
about this. You don't. No, do you know what that means, a professional? I get paid to talk about the fucking stock. Listen, you go and get your information from whom? From what?
What does that mean? I get paid to talk about the stock. I get paid to talk about the stock. If he's getting paid to talk about this stuff, then I want to know who's paying him. They have a right to know that he's spreading misinformation, unless that is the goal, is to spread misinformation. But, you know, if my private equity employer, for example, found out that I was, you know, instead of like fixing stuff at the hospital, that I was killing people at the hospital and I was still getting paid to do it. And I went around saying, you know, yeah, I kill people. I get paid to do it. I think they would want to know. That's a bit of an extreme example, I know, but I just.
Who told you who holds these shares? I just saw a video from Financial Journey stating it's been rumored.
Financial Journey?
Then how the hell does the stock?
Financial Journey. Okay. Financial Journey.
Go down all the way to bare bones.
Jeremy?
20% after it gets announced. This is not going to go through. You understand.
In which retail would not have positions at those prices.
And I will explain this to you. A 225-to-1 reverse stock split ratio over the last 120 days. Wake the fuck up.
Yeah, but
I don't care if you just got in today.
It's pretty simple. Retail votes, they own the majority. You're saying that.
Hey, how many proposals got passed on the last proxy vote? Hey, did you just buy it last month? Did you just buy it last week? Because there was a proxy vote just 2 months ago, and 9 proposals got passed. Or I'm sorry, 13 proposals got passed out of 14. I don't even remember how many proposals it was, but I guarantee you.
Why are you so angry, bro?
Because you don't listen. You're just supposed to sit there and learn something. No, listen to me. I'm not going to learn anything from you in a debate. The one who learns something loses. I'm going to win this debate every time because a proposal that was already put out there.
Yeah, of course. You're going to win every debate every time because you are God.
The last proxy.
Bro, are you part of Hamas?
60 days ago. Yeah, there you go. Now this is what we're doing. Insults and ignorance.
I mean,
I'm trying to paint the picture.
That's what he resorts to. What's the difference? What is the difference?
For you.
Realize who you're talking to. Gladstone actually thinks that the majority of the vote is with the shareholders. So that tells you how much he doesn't know.
Wait.
Unfortunate.
Is that his wife that just jumped on his thing? I didn't see any other thing go purple. That was coming from Marant's rant.
because you can see the proxy. You can go ahead and look at it, and the solicitor told you they had the votes for everything. The only thing they didn't pass was them moving from Delaware to Maryland. And even that is part of private equity's play. You have not studied private equity. You don't understand what you're talking about. But you're going to lose every dollar you put in. And I pray you keep.
You don't understand private equity.
The last 60 days, nothing's changed. If you think all of a sudden retail has all the votes, then you would see price discovery. You would see a bullish run on this damn thing. You would see FOMO. You don't see that. You see fear straight out the gate. And it's not that I'm passing it around. I'm the one guy besides Fud Daddy and a couple other dudes, the couple of guys out here that are actually pushing out the info correctly. And yet you want to believe what? Stock pumpers? Who do you watch? That's why I asked you, where do you get your information from? Because if you're reading SEC filings and fundamentals of the company and a balance sheet, then you would never buy a share. So who convinced you that retail holds the stock? Tell me. If you think I sound mad, I'm not mad. I'm letting you know this is my delivery. And if you can't fucking handle it, well, that's the first fucking problem.
No, he's definitely mad. Oh, he's definitely mad. That is a mad fucking little boy right there.
Kid's probably gone by now. Anyway,
Yeah,
look out.
Yeah, he did leave.
Man.
There's no listener.
Was full of shit until I started talking to him and I see all this stuff going down. You know what I mean? Sorry, son. My son just corrected.
Wouldn't it be interesting if he did?
You're good.
But yeah, man.
Right. It's okay. You know, if you look at AMC's balance sheet and financial statements, nobody would want to buy the stock. If you look at GameStop's balance sheet and financial statements, nobody would want to buy the stock, but you can't go off of it for GameStop because it's different. See, it's Ryan Cohen versus the world. See, he has a plan. See, now never mind that nobody else wanted to be CEO of that company because there was literally a vacuum of leadership until Ryan Cohen was named the CEO. Out here in the real world, that means that they tried to find somebody and that nobody wanted to fucking do it. Nobody wants their name attached to that garbage. Ryan Cohen had to step up. He had to. It was either that or quit the board.
Sorry, he's being loud, but I was going to let you know that. I thought that too, but I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
A believer? A believer.
You know, I have so many people out there that used to hate me that didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
Oh, there's plenty of us who still do.
Dinner right now. And now, all those people.
Yeah, I mean, right there. You're eating your dinner. Good. That's what we want. We want to listen to you fucking talk while you're eating. Disrespectful fucking piece of trash. I'm going to skip ahead to 1 hour and 26 minutes. That's the next point of interest.
Thought you had half the float. They just diluted it all the way to 280 something. So you guys can do the math all you want. They're going to get it pushed out today, you know, starting Monday, Tuesday, whatever it may be. You won't get the announcement for another 30, 45 days. So you're always behind. You're always the last to know. Retail is. So just like when I said they were diluting it and everybody said you're wrong, you know, financial traders said they're not diluting right now. And then next thing they do a 25-to-1 reverse stock split. And then, I'm sorry, the 9-to-1 reverse stock split. And just so happens they had like 3 billion shares, 2 billion shares. I told everyone what was happening there. And so it'll happen again. And even if it doesn't happen the way NASDAQ says it,
but it won't happen with GameStop. They'll never need to raise money because they have $1.3 billion, right?
Once it goes
under. Where'd you get the data? Where'd you get the data?
You can look it up on Dilution Tracker if you want. Go to that website, register.
Dilution Tracker?
Where did you get the data? Why won't you present the numbers and put it on map here?
I already did.
Already did.
That's baloney.
What do you mean? Did you watch the video today? No?
I love this. Did you watch my video? Wait, no, I already did it. Did you watch the video? Well, then it's your fault. What a clown.
No? Bueller.
Put in the nest, buddy. It's free.
I watched your video, Mr. Rants, and you still wouldn't say where to short it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So why don't you just tell me where to short it?
I don't short
I want to make some money.
Listen to this.
I don't support the bad guys. So if you guys want to
bad guys or short sellers are the bad guys.
derivatives, you guys can do it. It's not me. So I'm not that world.
Soups, are you halfway through your sex change?
But then why bring up the stock if you're not going to make any money on it?
Me personally, because
Why
I just
not?
want to educate. I want to educate the world. I don't want to try to make money off of it. I'm a little different. You know that. I don't have a grift at all. I don't sell merchandise. I don't have affiliate links. I've only affiliated with one company, and that is GameStop. Other than that, nothing, guys.
Where should we short the GameStop?
Oh,
Is
good
now
luck
a
with
good
that
time?
That's called suicide, baby. That's suicide. But you can do it if you want. I get excited. I get excited.
Yeah. Well, I'm just.
So, brother, what's your
gotta
position?
find
Are you
somebody's
long,
got to
you
be able to
short?
make
What do you
money
got?
off this shit. People talking about it all the time, down, down, down. But
Yep, it's everything's going down.
why
and I
aren't
won't
we
buy-
making any money if we can't? If stock
Because-
goes down, I don't get it.
Because I don't want to be on that side of it. You can make money selling your ass on the corner. I'm not doing that. You can make money selling crack to pregnant women. I'm not doing that. I'm not contributing to this side of the table.
Good.
I'm
Straw
just
man
informing people. The best way to do it is not get involved. Whatever. Go to work, guys. Go get a career. Go live.
Go to work.
If you're trying to live
Get
off
a job.
trades, that's like saying you're.
My advice to you, sir, is to
this way.
do what your parents did. Get a job.
Thing in life. Go to work. Figure it out. Live right. Live within your means.
Bums always lose.
And you'll live life the right way. But none of you want to do the work. You all want the
None of
free
you.
fucking answers.
None of you want to do the work. You just want the free answers.
None of you do the homework. Are you kidding? I wake up every day. I have a career. I have a YouTube channel. And beyond all of that, I have 5 children and a wife. And I still find time to balance out my day to go do your homework, to go do the homework on all these
Wow,
damn companies.
what a fucking guy.
Thousands of videos online. And here I am doing what for what? All you kids are ungrateful.
Shut up.
So fuck it.
I
That's
know.
all
You pretty much tell us.
Ungrateful. You ungrateful kids. Oh my God. Listen to this fucking boomer wannabe. He's a wannabe boomer. He's not even, if he's fourth, this fucking guy's 45 years old. And he's talking like my boomer father. Oh, you're so unappreciative, you kids. Oh, we had everything handed to us, but no. Fuck you. Marantz rants.
These are shit.
What a
Step.
dick.
What do you have in this company, bro? Do you invest in it? Let's just go to step
God
one. You don't have to
damn.
go with the long book. Number one question: what do you invest in this?
I love my boomers. But Jesus Christ. This is, oh my God.
MULN Automotive?
Oh my God!
There's another winner.
Oh,
Mullen.
freaking
Mullins.
Mars.
No, $0.
Then what?
See, you don't get it.
Here.
Gladstone, why
You
are you
don't
so
get
confused?
No. Listen. You want to know how I got here? You want to know why I'm here?
Promote your YouTube
Because the
channel.
education. Because the education put
Why are
me
you
there.
bothering people here? Is what I want to know.
Because
You got
he
no
connected
investment.
the
You're not
dots
educating
from
anybody.
Private equity all the way
Thank
to
you.
MULN.
Thank you. Somebody knows the story. I've been doing a case study on private equity for the last year, specifically private equity on Bed Bath & Beyond, GameStop, and AMC. And those tentacles led me to MULN. And if you don't know the background of the story, that's why I tell you to go watch Connect the Dots. And I don't give a shit about what I get paid for and
Connect
what I
the
don't.
dot.
I make about $5 a video. It's not even worth it to me. The amount of time I put in, I can be doing other things with my time, but it's my
I
hobby.
disagree with you. I think you're here spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Yes, I am.
You're
And I
just
hope you
part
are
of
too.
all that game. Of course, you just admitted it, and you have no investment here. So why won't you just go home and bang your wife or your boyfriend, whatever you got going?
She's pregnant.
I do the best I can, bro.
What in MULN isn't fear? You should be fearing. You should be uncertain about it, and there should be doubtful. That's all that's been thrown out at everybody, bro. I used to be the biggest bull in this stock, and let me tell you something.
Oh no,
bro,
here we
there
go
was a lot
again
of
with
red
your
flags,
lost
bro.
$50,000 and all that stuff. All right, go on.
But we should be shorting it, should we not? We should be making some money on this.
So I want to explain
If we
something
have
to you
the
guys really
info,
quick. Hey,
can't we
Fudaddy,
short it?
Can you mute everybody, Fudaddy, for a second?
Can you mute everybody?
Yeah, I want to share some with you guys. Okay, I want to explain
Dana,
something.
you sound like a broken record, bro. Relax with that 50,000 thing.
Okay, thank you. So listen,
Something happened to his mic. I don't know. It must be one of the MULN things.
it's okay. This is very important, Fudaddy. I want you to listen. Okay. My whole information in the world has been doxed to the whole public.
Oh, here we go.
The whole world's after me for the information I put
The
out.
whole world is after him for the information he put out. This is pathological. This is absolutely pathological. I'm not a I'm sorry. I'm not a mental health clinician or expert. But there are definitely clinicians out there that would be interested in talking to this guy. The whole world is after me for the information that I'm putting out. That sounds delusional, if I could say. And it's not true. Also, by the way, nobody cares. We live in an information society. Well, I'll get into the Baudrillard stuff here in just a little bit, but you know, I'll just throw this one out there. We live in a society that has more and more information. Constantly more information. What are we doing with that information? Are we able to even, understand? Understand, that's several steps down the line. Do we even know what all the data that we have? Anyway, let's just continue with the circus here.
With you guys, they just doxed my child's school, his name, everything. Right now, I just got the DM. I'm going to tell you what type of harm's way I've been in since I've been doing YouTube and Twitter. I've been attacked at work. I've been followed. I've been recorded.
He must have done his shitty job on the homework.
Kidnap my children.
If he had gotten an A+,
kill
we would hear about that, I'm sure.
It's all legit. It's been documented. You guys can sit here and play this bullshit out with me and try to poke fun and do all.
Oh yeah, it's all documented. The thing that, everybody says when it's not documented at all, because as well as I do, that nobody besides us will take the time to actually verify something like that. When somebody says it's documented, oh really? Let's see it. Let's see it. That is essentially the problem, that the issue that got these people into this problem is that they heard stuff that people told them was true, but they didn't take the time to verify it or even look into it or even question it. That is the crux of the issue as far as I'm concerned, and that's why I'm here highlighting this garbage. So, and garbage it is.
But you guys don't know what world you're in. And it's on you. I'm done. I got to go handle some business. Peace.
Always carry, y'all.
That's not I'm not adding the applause there.
Does anybody know here where is a good place to short MULN? Or is this just a jerk-off session? I don't know.
This is late night open mic, bro.
Oh, I forgot.
This is late night feces fights.
Democrat was safe.
Jennifer wants to speak. Jennifer, go ahead.
Oh,
yeah, welcome to FUD Radio. Go ahead.
Is this the one? Is this the part we need to listen to on this one? Shoot. I think there's a section here that we need to listen to. 1 hour and 50 minutes. Should I skip ahead to 1 hour and 50 minutes?
And you gave him a free fucking ticket.
What was Lauren talking about? What was he talking about? MULN or just shit in general?
He was razzing Morantz for like, why are you spending so much energy on MULN? It's just a little bitty, crappy, shitty micro cap. And I'm like, well, who the fuck are you with all your BBIG pumping? Like, he says, I don't even know what BBIG is.
Yeah.
Like the first post on his profile is BBIG. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's still talking about BBIG.
You mentioned his name. He's back. Maybe he'll answer. It might be entertaining.
Like man. He's Canadian, man. You say his name 3 times.
I don't know if Lauren maybe bought a MULN position or not.
Well, he said he shorted it, which obviously, if he's as a social media sociopath, he knows what he's doing. He was probably shorting BBIG. He probably
fail play. It's fail play.
People over and over. You continue doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Does anybody know what that definition is?
Insanity as defined by Albert Einstein.
Go ahead, Miss Jennifer.
No, I know what that definition is. And you know what? Like I told this story before, but I was going to get like a mommy makeover last December and I canceled it. And I was like, I'm afraid to do it, whatever. So I took half the money and I put it into TLPA. And I thought, you know what, it's going to be a good play because number one, it's a good oil play is what I thought. Based on, videos I had saw by Bird Lady. And I was thinking, okay, it'll be a good play. And the other half of me was like, okay, well, it'll be a short play. So I can take half the money and I can put it into the short squeeze. Half the money, I'll roll it into like the private company, whatever, I'll be fine. And then we got halted. So that was really awful. And the thing is, I think we all need to just stay off of what the social media pumpers are going to say and do our own DD, like whether it's just research on what the companies put out or just hard facts. I am totally getting away from looking at social media pumpers.
You mean that investing is not a team sport? What?
Information, because I have become so jaded in that respect. And I learned my lesson. We got halted. I have about $7,500 that has been taken from me right before Christmas last year, which sucks because I'm a single mother and it's horrible. And I think many other people that have been in MMTLP, they've had like life savings taken away from them and all of these other things. And, right or wrong, we say, okay, well, don't invest what you can't lose. But I think people were so confident in this.
You can't lose.
Felt like
who in the fuck would believe that?
Luckily for me, it was only $7,500 that I could lose. But it's just sad and it's awful. But it's
sad and awful.
You have to be so careful
these
in
people
these
are.
markets. And because of that experience with the U3 halt with FINRA, I'm just
U3. There it is. U3. I can't imagine putting $7,500 into one thing. Personally,
I'm almost willing to pull out of these markets because of what I've seen.
That's the wrong answer, though, because then you're sealing the deal. Of course, if you're unwilling or unable to learn and grow, then it's probably, you know, that is it's like plugging the leak, which will result in a better outcome, I guess, than if you continue to lose money the same way. But I mean, that's the point of losing. That's the point of failing, is to improve. And that's the way that people have done it over the years. It's the way that people do it. So I say celebrate the losses, but learn something from it. And if that means, it probably should mean, okay, hold on, stop doing what you're doing and figure some stuff out before you keep doing it. All right, continuing.
And I'm not sure if you guys have any thoughts on that, but it's been pretty brutal because for the past 10 months, we've gotten no answers about what's going on with our money. And it's just in frozen state. And it's horrible. So,
frozen state?
You know, I don't really know what to say other than that. Other than our money's been taken from us.
Were you listening to
well,
a former?
Not really. I mean, it wasn't taken. It wasn't taken. Yeah, this is the Jennifer meltdown zone, I think. I'm hearing this for the first time. So I got to step away from my computer for just a quick second. But I'm listening still.
Ramen soups at that time at all?
No, I was not. Well, I was listening to the bird lady when I was taking my advice.
Lost all my money.
Yeah.
MMTLP.
Yeah.
I listened to Bird Lady and didn't do my own DD.
Yeah, no, because I trusted her.
He wrote a song about it.
Yeah. Somewhat credible. And she was, you know what, like she was credible, but like they had a whole army behind them. They had
bird suit on
but
YouTube.
They had,
was
you know,
credible.
They had so many people behind them. They had like this guy Dave. They had Will. They had so many people behind them. You know, and it seemed credible. But at the end of the day, I learned that you can't listen to anyone. If you find a good investment, do your own DD. Don't listen to shit about what you learn online. Do it for yourself, you know?
Now do Ants trades.
But it was
really he's still out there.
It happened to like hundreds of thousands of people. And
that's
I don't know.
You know,
I just
that's the market.
MMTLP was the first FinTwits cult that I came across when I started on Twitter. There would be at least a minimum of 2 spaces going for at least 18-hour periods, if not 3 spaces, once they started arguing amongst themselves and creating division. Would hear stories, and I'm sure if the former ramen soups were here, he could verify stories of this one individual talking about how he sold his side by side, then he would sell a bow, then he would sell
everything is perfect.
And then after that, he just breaks down into tears because he lost everything.
Last day.
He was manipulated by people on social media, by a lady dressed up in a bird suit on YouTube.
Wait,
wow.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Miss Jennifer.
No, I just wanted to say that, you know, she had a lot of, I don't know if you can hear me right now.
Yes, you're coming through crystal clear. Tune in Tokyo.
So she would do videos all the time, and she would talk about like the oil prospects and what she could think that the oil was worth. And, you know, it was hopeful. You know, it was just hopeful to all of us that were investing. And it led us to believe that it was something. And it's sad because a lot of people believed her, and I believed her. And then you had a lot of people that she was friends with that were listening to Tony Schwitz. They were listening to
God.
You know, the other guy. Oh God, what was his name? I don't know.
Are you blaming Tony? Are you blaming Tony? I don't know. I don't think,
that's the case. I don't know. I don't really think that's the case. I don't really think that's the case.
No, me neither. Me
He
neither.
was one of the top 2 investors in this. But, you know, the thing is, I think what I learned, if you find an investment, do your own DD and don't listen to anybody. And I think that's what I learned from this.
I mean, the thing about that is,
yeah,
these grifters have always said, pretty much to my memory, they've always said, do your own DD. Now, this is just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, yada, yada, yada. Do your own research, do your own DD. But it's always an afterthought. It's always part of that, what they see as an obligatory disclaimer, right? So it's not that they never heard anybody say, do your own DD. It's like, well, this is just a formality. I have to tell you that I'm not a financial advisor, that you should do your own research, yada, 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 but you're going to be rich. Well, what do you hear? I hear, oh, you're going to be rich. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. So why do they trust them? Why did they trust them? And I'll just add this this part on the end. Why are we viewed this channel? Why is this channel and its adherents and its proprietor viewed so negatively? I mean, that's probably easier to answer, right? Because I'm telling you, you're never going to be rich. I'm telling you, you're going to be poor for the rest of your life. But that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. That's not what we've said. Now, that may turn out to be true, but it doesn't have to be. What I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. The apes have lost a lot of money. They've lost 90% plus of their money. Instead of looking at that as a bad thing, I see it as an opportunity of a lifetime. Donahue George sits there and says it's the crime of the century. The crime of the century. They stole 90% of our shares. They shorted the stock to the ground, whatever, garbage. Oh, woe is me. I'm going to file a lawsuit that's going to go nowhere, just like the rest of my lawsuits that went nowhere. That's one way to handle it. The other way to handle it is to own it. To own it and to view it as an opportunity. If the bigger the opportunity, if the bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity, then this is a huge opportunity. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. Is it not? I say that it is. I'm also not looking at a 90% loss, but I've seen them. I've had them. I've dealt with them. And what did I do? Yeah, I was pissed off for a couple days. And then I got back to work and realized or researched or whatever. There's no other way to do it. I have tried getting rich in one trade. I think everybody has. It don't work. It don't work. Okay. She's definitely high as fuck. Don't know what she's on. Pills, probably. These people deserve to lose their money. They've learned nothing from it. Fair point. Doesn't seem like a lot of them have, although we're starting to see some signs of human reaction. A lot of these people are in trouble if the cult wakes up with civil suits. They can say do your DD and not financial advice all they want. But if they understand, they're giving advice and not informing of risk. That is still negligence. You're aware of the risks and failed to inform them. And I've said this. This is exactly what I've been saying essentially for 2 years, because I can't anymore. It maybe there's some clarity between who is a true believer and who is a grifter, like actually grifting, knowingly grifting. But in 2021, it was less clear, and it still is in a lot of cases. But this is what I came to in 2021 and like August of 2021. Either way, there may be a tortious claim, because let's consider the case that of the true believer first. This is your Frankie Muhammad's, your Mike the Marine, those types. Now, granted, they both may have changed their opinions and stuff. I know Frankie's got now a geopolitics channel, and the Marine pivoted to Bible daily inspirational quotes, Bible daily Bible devotionals. But previously, if you could call them both true believers, okay, then yes, the claim is negligence, because you had a duty to know what you were talking about, and you didn't. Maybe you thought you did, but you didn't know. You were atop Mount Stupid. Let's call that. You were on the Dunning-Kruger mountain, where you thought that you had mastered this and you knew everything there was to know about it, and you couldn't wait to tell it to everybody, and you shouted it from the mountaintops, and there was wrong information that you didn't realize was wrong. Well, okay, that's still negligence. You were negligent in doing your research. You were negligent as a presenter, pumper, influencer, whatever you want to say. You have, derelicted your duty to provide a full picture, and you weren't aware. By the way, that's the worst place to be. If you don't know what you don't know, that is a terrible place to be. Terrible position to be in. So it's good to know what you know and what you don't know, and then go learn what you don't know. So that's the true believer scenario. I believe they could still be legally negligent. Now, in the case of the grifter, I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory there. Now you're talking about fraud. Now you're talking about straight up fraud. You are saying things that you know are probably not true. You don't care if they're true. It's a means to an end, and that's it. So you're putting out whatever you need to say to get people to watch, to get people to buy in, to get people engaged. Now you're engaging in fraud. So whether it's fraud or negligence, I don't care. Either way, this is despicable, and it's been going on this whole time. YouTube makes money off of it. The pumpers themselves make money off of it. Everybody makes money except for the poor saps who buy into this garbage. And that's unfortunate, but this also should not be the case, in my opinion. There's a big problem here. And I'm not talking about that it makes me sad and I lose sleep at night because, Betty Bird Lady lost money. I don't care about Betty Bird Lady. I don't care if people lose money. I know it sounds bad, but people are always going to lose money. That can't be helped. That's the nature of this system. But I think it's reasonable to say, if you're coming on to a platform, and at the same time, we have professionals, there are professionals who do this stuff, and they go through the trouble of learning and studying and certifying that they know this information, for example. So on one hand, you have that. On the other hand, you have saying they're amateurs is even generous, because I don't think that they truly love what they're doing. I think they love the money that comes from it, but I don't think they do it because they actually have a genuine interest in promoting information that may be helpful to people. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the answer is. I think a good short-term intermediate or interim solution is demonetize these people. There is absolutely no reason why someone should be able to create a channel on YouTube, stock it with garbage information that's all false, garner thousands of views, and make money off of it. To me, that is the real problem here. As long as there's a financial incentive for people to put out this garbage, they will do it. Case in point, Marantz rants. Case in point, all of the AMC grifters. I mean, hell, the demand is seemingly still so strong for hopium that you have new grifters popping up still on AMC. In 2023, in October of 2023, you have new grifters still joining party. I mean, there is no reason for this garbage to be monetized. It creates the incentive. It furthers the problem. YouTube needs to demonetize these amateur financial channels. Myself included, if I were monetized. But I'm not. But I'm not. We're not talking about Jim Cramer. I mean, whataboutism is not the answer. It gets us nowhere. We're not talking about Jim Cramer. He's a clown, of course. Of course he is. It's irrelevant here. Every one of your peers in the GameStop delusion trusts other people in the movement or grifters on YouTube more than they trust Jim Cramer. Jim Cramer is not the issue. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Calling it geopolitics is generous. I know, I thought somebody would like that. The Marine is a faith healer now. Oh boy. I don't think that this thing will ever go to trial. I've never really thought that it would go to, reason being, number one, anybody with the financial resources to actually pursue this legally is not stupid enough to buy into these stocks. And that was the main thing that I came to. They're not even here. Anybody with the resources and the knowledge to do anything would never even be in that position, number one. Number two, yeah, it probably there's a chance, it may not hold up in court anyway, but it wouldn't be frivolous, I don't think. Frankie was playing portions of a Farrakhan speech. He's going to get a lot more entertaining. Yikes. That would require YouTube to care about moderating its site. They can still have the ad revenue. See, that's the beauty of this solution. They still keep the ad revenue. So there's no incentive for them not to do this, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, they would have to care about it. And then clearly they don't, because there's, right now on YouTube, there are much more pressing problems. There are much more impactful issues happening. I completely agree with that. But just add this to the list. These people have formed relationships with their stock investments. They are emotionally attached. And what's the first thing that you hear? You know, what's one of the first things that you learn when you're learning about investing in markets and stuff? It's detach the emotions from money in general. It's hard to do, but it is certainly worth it. Lynn's phone dies at the worst times. Yeah, it does. Jim Cramer is heavily monetized. Of course he is. But again, Jim Cramer is irrelevant to this discussion. I don't think Jim Cramer is sitting there telling people to buy AMC. I don't know if he's ever said that. I don't care if he ever said that. Jim Cramer is paid to do a job in a media landscape that is designed to generate profit for that company. I can choose, just like I can on YouTube, to go to another source if I either don't like what's being said, or I don't believe it and I want to get a second opinion. You can do that. But they're not targeting this audience. They're not promoting the same things. As bad as Jim Cramer is, he's going to what's popular, at the time. He's looking at, whatever he looks at, but he's not talking about meme stocks. Okay? So yeah, you can hate Jim Cramer. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But Jim Cramer is irrelevant to this channel, to this discussion, to this situation. So any other Jim Cramer talk, let's just get it out there right now. Any other comments about Jim Cramer? Say it now, or forever hold your peace. I'm not going to talk about Jim Cramer again. And he is a licensed financial advisor. Of course. And at the end of the day, if somebody says, hey, you know what, I like this stock. I can't really tell you why. I just like it. I believe in the company. All these unquantifiable, subjective things. Well, that's an opinion. And you should take that opinion under advisement and research it and act accordingly. I mean, I don't think Jim Cramer is sitting there saying, guys, the DD is done. We did the research for you. Just go buy it. That's not what's being said. What the ape influencer said was the DD is done. You don't need to do any more research here. We've already done it. We have already told you that you're going to be rich. So just go buy more. Okay? Shut up and buy more. That's what's being said, or was said, that got people into this trap. So I don't care about Cramer. He's irrelevant. He doesn't matter. Nobody should listen to what he says. Let me just say all that, unless you want some entertainment. Walter Deemer said on a Confessions of a Market Maker podcast, the best way to listen to financial media is with the sound off. You go into any investment firm, you'll see TVs with CNBC on with the sound muted. And I'd have to agree. Okay. The memers say I don't tell people to buy or hold, but they refuse to allow any differing views or opinions, and they kick or block anyone who doesn't agree or share their views. Right. You know, and we see how that's played out here and other places. So, and Lynn's saying that advisors advise you. They don't tell you what to do. It's the investor's call. But hey, my advice is this. And we get a kind of bastardized version of that with the grifters. Like Donahue George. I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell, but I'm telling you what I'm doing. Well, that's kind of even worse. The professional analysts are not telling you what they're personally doing. They're telling you based on a quantitative analysis. And then your job then is to go verify that, go redo the calculations, go make sure that they didn't use the EBITDA value instead of the actual earnings or whatever, what have you. Great. No more Jim Cramer comments. Perfect. Perfect. Let's continue with this.
Just don't listen to anyone, guys. Do your own DD because
and don't listen to us either. But I mean, we don't give specific recommendations for that reason. The advice here is, well, basically what Jennifer said. Don't trust anybody. It's not a team sport. Verify everything. Research everything. Question everything. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. If it's obvious, it's obviously wrong. And, you know, you're not going to be rich. And that's okay. Trust me, it's okay. It's probably better, honestly. Anyway. So listen to us when we say don't listen to anybody. I know it's a bit of a paradox maybe, but I like it. Mad Money has disclaimers that constitute opinions, not financial advice. There's no difference between someone using buy button and some dipshit on YouTube saying it's a good buy, not financial advice. Okay, then. What do you want me to say? Jim Cramer is irrelevant to this discussion. If there's no difference between those things, as you say, which there absolutely is. There absolutely is. I'm not sure what you want, but you're a DRS GME person, apparently. So clearly you're right. We're wrong. What do you want? You want me to pay you? You looking for a payday? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand these people. What you're saying has no bearing on anything that we're saying. And the fact that then why can't Jim Cramer be sued? Because Jim Cramer is Jesus fucking Christ. Go sue him then. Dude. This is called derailing. This is called distraction. And we don't need it. So, if I'm not going to listen to you, why am I listening to you? Because it's fun, of course. And because he has mega corporate lawyers behind him. Well, that would be a good reason. The power of NBC. All the full weight and force of NBC and its associated GE Capital. And they will smoke your ass in court and they'll say, we have disclaimers, yada, yada, yada. But it's apples and oranges. It's not the same. Yes, they have a goddamn disclaimer, but they actually need a disclaimer because they are professionals. These clowns don't need to have that disclaimer, in my opinion. They say it because they don't want to get sued. But they're not registered financial advisors. They're not professionals. I can't go set up an office downtown and hang up a sign that says mental health counseling, discount rates, because I'm not a licensed mental health professional. Some things require you to actually know what you're doing in order to do it. Or, let me say it this way. Some things require you to prove that you know what you're doing, that you know what you're talking about. And yes, more than likely, Jim Cramer doesn't have a position, unlike the YouTube hustlers who did have positions like Trey. Trey Collins publicly told people the squeeze hasn't happened. The squeeze is happening this month, I promise you. Meanwhile, he was dumping option contracts and made $1 million. That's just what we know about. How many of these other clowns did that? How many are still doing it? That's why these things are regulated. That wouldn't fly in a professional setting. Jim Cramer's not doing that. Trey Collins did. If you can't see the difference there, then it's beyond the scope of what this channel can provide. But we're not talking about the same thing, and we're not talking about Jim Cramer ever again. Ever. All right.
Money is, people will kill over money. Just so you're
I'm waiting for that. When does that happen? When does that start? Everybody says that's going to happen. When does that happen? I'm waiting for that.
And if not, the stocks get halted and we're in suspension, and we don't know what's going to happen to our money.
Yeah.
And
some people might call that a pump and dump. Model 3, what can I disagree with you on that? Because they must have needed something because all of them have removed their AMC videos. Tells me that something went down big. That's possible. That is possible. A lot of them are still up. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know. But I think that, yes, it is, Lynn. I think that my read on that was that, like Trey, if he was cognizant enough to be dumping positions in June of 2021 and July, by June of 2022 or early 2023, whenever he left YouTube, if he had the foresight to take profits in 2021, I feel like he knew what this was, and at some point he just didn't want his name associated with it. I wouldn't, because his stuff was garbage, ridiculous. So I thought of it that way. I would love to know if something did happen that caused them to take their videos down or to pivot to something else. I just don't know. High on their own supply. That's a good position to be in. So Model 3, dude, you may well be correct on that. I don't know. I wish we could find out.
Well, thanks for stopping by. Always welcome to come back. We are always looking for critical thinking and open-minded individuals to come and share and
Oh,
share
really?
their experiences here, just like that too. Come up here and share your MULN story. Come up here and share your MMTLP story.
Right. And so in Trey's case, maybe that's not the best example for me to use because he clearly was, and he managed to get, you know, to snake his way out, at least to our knowledge. I mean, who knows? But just from what it appears, he was able to slither away and keep his ill-gotten gains. But I mean, at the end of the day, that shit should definitely, I mean, 100% be disgorged. I mean, there is no reason that he should be able to, you know, keep $1 million that he made when he was saying one thing publicly and doing another thing privately. That is the definition of securities fraud. That's straight up securities fraud. Straight up securities fraud. It doesn't get much clearer than that. I mean, that is some what was that guy? Zach Morris level shit.
Because that's what helps the community. In a way, it's a lot like an AA
Listen to this.
meeting.
An AA meeting. I joked about this. Bag Holders Dementia Anonymous meeting.
Jerry Springer, we are trying to help other people to create an awareness, to advocate on behalf of everybody else. It's not about short.
Oh, everybody now is trying to help everybody. Oh, okay. It's all about trying to help people. It's all about trying to create awareness and whatnot. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's what we can say that. God damn it. This channel can actually say that. This channel can say that. I don't think that these clowns on Twitter here can say that. Maybe now oh yeah, now because everybody's down 80%. Guess what? Everybody was up substantially when we started saying this. Everybody was, oh, they were high in the clouds. And we got a lot of hate. We got a lot of threats. Did I come on here and cry about it like Marantz Rants does? Fuck no. Fuck no. Like a little bitch. Where you at, Charles?
You're being a little bitch.
I agree. He is.
You're being a little bitch.
Man, fuck you. I think you a bitch. You understand what I'm saying?
Supporting a stock. It's not about bashing a stock. It's not about harassing other retail family members. We are the 99%. This is about the real cause.
Oh, 99% rhetoric. Sweet.
Is about making retail as smart as they can.
We'll never be smart. You'll always be dumb money.
Continue to use terminology and misleading information to turn retail against each other.
And it shouldn't be that way. And, you know, I think MMTLP had reached out to Congress, and they have a pretty strong presence with Congress, but I just don't know if Congress is going to do anything. I mean, I think
Congress. Okay.
You know, they're taking in every.
Yeah, Congress. Who does Congress work for? I mean, all this garbage with Congress. Oh, Congress. Yeah, Marantz Rants was calling out AMC and BBBYQ way before you were saying I was saying shit. What about GameStop? I mean, I see that you have GME in your name. We're supposed to sit here and say, oh, okay, we'll allow this BRS, which by the way is useless. You just got yourself tangled up in some shit that you're going to regret down the road, probably, if you don't already, with DRS and GME in their name. And we're just supposed to ignore the GME part as if GME isn't even more useless of a company than AMC. I don't think so. And by the way, he wasn't saying it way before either. That's not true. That is not true. Maybe a month or two. That's not way before. Besides, and this is like embarrassing that I have to point this out, you left GME out of the list of shit tickers, right? Because it is the shit ticker. It's the one that started this whole fucking mess. So no, I'm not going to sit here and ignore GME. I can't do that. I'll never do that to you guys. Marantz needs to suck it up. I want to enjoy my Marantz subscriber privileges. Hey, you do what you got to do, Manuel, and you're stronger for it. Wanted to ask what games he plays. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so he could be looking at, well, actually, I believe this channel, this particular account, may actually predate the other one. But let me actually see what it says on YouTube. It says joined August 20th, 2015, but that's not when I started this channel. But Manuel's correct here. We started around the same time, and Apes shut my channel down. You might have missed Rant's Model 3 dude. You may have to scroll back a little bit. We did listen to a little bit of him. I'm sure there's more to come. Can we show the GME 3-month chart? Is this is the Ryan Cohen period, right? The 3 months. Maybe logarithmic will help us here. Nope. Shit. Even log doesn't help anymore. It just shifts it up. That's interesting. Okay. Gamestop 3-month chart. There it is. Yeah, it is. That's the arrow right there. That's the earnings. They're the non-earnings call, the canceled earnings call, I think. Yep. So on a 1-hour chart. Been messing around with this Elliott wave, automatic Elliott wave indicator. Kind of interesting when it actually shows something. And it's like, why are you even trying to do this on here? Why are you even trying? Yeah, it doesn't. Look at that Ichimoku cloud too. That's a bearish setup right there. It's a bearish setup. RC is this arrow right here, I believe. I think I made this arrow here bigger. This arrow, because it was this earnings, June of this year, right? That was when they missed it by 2 cents or whatever. What do we got? Nothing really. Point out where RC came in. Okay. Can you imagine pumping a stock that is down 40% during the last 3 months? Who does that? Yeah. Is it really 40%? Oh, it is 40%. Look at that. 40, actually, Manuel, 41.5%. 41.5%. Get it right. We're all about accuracy here and precision. 41.56%. Damn. Analyst rating, sell. Technical rating, sell. You know, just pointing out what's there. But you know, and it is. It's I don't have it on here. Okay, I don't, but I could put this overhead supply box here. Overhead supply, baby. Getting high on the overhead supply. And it's, you know, it is what it is. What about volume profile? Well, we can do that too. Let's make sure to capture all of it. Except we don't want all that garbage at the bottom here. But, you know, from this period, all this buying. I mean, basically everything outside of the value area. All of it. So so what we're looking at on this volume profile, 70% of all of the volume is within this unshaded part here, right? So the remaining 30 is up here and down here. 70% is here. Well, that's still quite a bit. All this buying. Let me get back to regular scale, regular price axis. You know, $45 and above. I mean, that's just, it's crazy. And you tell me, Mr. DRS, oh, you can't because I blocked you. But, you know, think about it. How is this any different from this? How are we? I mean, I could take the names off of these charts. Doesn't matter. They're the same. Well, we've been hearing that for 2 years. There's no difference between these tickers. They're all the same. Well, why now are suddenly they different? You know? Look at all that overhead supply up here in the $300 range. $300 and it's less than 10 now. Are you kidding me? And your value area here goes up to 120. Absolutely fascinating. Okay, we're gonna pop back over here and see if there's anything else
that
good.
we're giving us to them.
Oh,
but they have their own interests.
Oh yeah, Manuel's got a good point here. A 40% pump. Yeah, no, you may have some people break even, but you know, percentages are funny things. Percentages are very funny things because you know, you think that, oh well, it's down 40%. We can have a 40. If we can have a 60% pop, then we're all good, right? Well, no. So if you have a 10% loss, you need to make 11% to recover from it. Okay, that's not so bad. If you have a 50% loss, you need to make 100% to recover, to just to make up the loss. Now, I'm not talking about going above and beyond. This is just to break even. If you're down 90%, you need a 900% gain to make up for that loss, because the new value is so low, the percentage that it has to be increased is that much higher. So that is a good point. Isn't this chart fascinating? Oh, 50% loss, that's okay. Yeah, no, you need to make 100% just to break even on it. They never were good with percentages. I'll give them that. They never were.
So I'm not really quite sure where that's going.
Right. It's really, what will it do for them
and back to this with MULN and the Congress. That's a dead end. That is a dead end. It's a nothing burger. If you think if you think Congress will save you, you know, I mean, good luck. But what a pathetic situation to be in, putting your faith in Congress. They don't. God.
If I go up to Congress and I speak on behalf of Amendment TLP, what's that going to do for? Are you?
I mean, you're talking about a quote unquote legislative body that is comprised of majority of millionaires and beyond, multimillionaires. What the fuck do they care? Especially when there is actually no evidence, credible evidence of anything that makes it even their problem or responsibility. It's absurd. Congress is not the answer. The SEC is not the answer. Like with most things, knowledge and understanding and fucking learning how to be better is the answer. It's a personal responsibility thing. It's not anyone else's problem. I can't be more clear about that. I don't know how to be more clear about that. They want to look outside of themselves. They want to blame everyone else. But that's it, after all, it is me. You have to look at yourself. You have to look at me, not me. You have to look at the me that is you. You have to look at yourself. It's a personal responsibility issue. It's not a market issue. It's not a legal issue. It is a personal knowledge, education, understanding, skill, etc. It is a you issue. And I think everybody here pretty much gets that. But I mean, Congress is busy with 2 wars and no speaker, yet they have time and the desire to make sure that a bunch of losers who overinvested in a shitco stock get rich. I don't think that's how it works. I could be wrong. I don't think that's how it works. I don't think that is what is meant by a free market and free and fair market, which I'm not saying it is, by the way, but I'm also saying it. I don't care. It doesn't matter. There's plenty of money to go around. There's plenty of profit to be had by everybody. And the market doesn't care. The market won't even know. Take that shit. But it doesn't, market manipulation, naked shorts, all that stuff, it has no bearing on anything. Nobody cares about that. The people that make money, they don't even think about that. If they do, it's to make fun of it on this channel because it doesn't matter. That's not why people are not making money. It's not because of naked shorting. Okay? All right. Let's finish this one up here.
My voter base, that's really what it's about. You know, it would really take a louder voice, and it does take a loud voice. And some people in the MULN community are talking about trying to be loud, to try to hold the CEO accountable in a way, to
hold the CEO account, right? The CEO. That I forgot about blaming them.
You know, reduce his salary until there's some production and some revenue, and I think that's a good thing. And I think you know, retail should
no,
be
it's
loud.
not.
Retail should be united. It shouldn't be retail bulls and retail bears. It should be the retail community. Retail.
No. That is complete. I mean, I couldn't disagree more. There is no family. It's not a family. If this is a family, it makes my family look like the fucking Cosbys or something. But this is not a family. It's not supposed to be. It's every man, woman, individual for him or herself. It's the way it is. Nobody cares if I pay my bills on time. Nobody's coming to help me. I mean, let me back up. No other retail investors care if I pay my bills on time. Nobody's coming to help me. Well, the companies that I'm not paying the bills for, they care. If you think nobody cares, if you don't pay your bills, you'll find out that they care. But, yeah, no.
You know, nothing more important than family.
I almost feel like we need to
No.
segment it out.
The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. That means that, no, there are things stronger than family. Sorry.
To like, okay, what are the biggest groups in certain states?
Boom, Model 3
what
dude
are the
with
biggest presence that we have in our stocks, and get those people together, and then get those people to just bum rush those people that are running and say, like, look, we have XYZ amount invested, you know, we're gonna invest in you, we'll help you, but like we need a commitment from you that you're gonna help our mission as well.
What is the mission?
And
what mission?
No, like I'm not seeing that kind of commitment.
The mission is to keep the company afloat. The mission is to keep the doors open, keep product coming in, money coming in, customers coming in. Everything else follows from that. If you don't have that, you know, let's just look at GameStop for an example. There's a lot of factors at play here. There's a lot. Everybody thought kind of that, oh, 2023 we'll have a recession. That's going to be good for the entertainment, right? That's good. Movie theaters do well. Well, we didn't have the recession yet. But who knew that there was going to be all these strikes? Who knew we were going to be dealing not with 1, 2 wars? Who knew these things? Well, I don't know. Maybe Ken Griffin knew, because he knows everything and he prepares for everything. That's why he made a lot of money. I do have some Citadel information too. I don't even know if I should bother with it now, but let me just continue here and see what I come up with.
From the politicians. I'm just not. Like some of them, they're writing letters, but I'm in South Jersey, and
South Jersey
rep, like he's just lackadaisical. Like it's so frustrating. Like he's like, well, we're going to depend on, you know, people in the financial committee. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, rep. Okay.
You guys need to be like up in front. Like, what are you doing? Do you want to get it?
No, no, trust me. You don't want, no. That's like leaving the, you know, school curriculum up to the local city council. No, you don't want that. You want the experts dealing with things that they are experts in my opinion. You don't want Congress. If you don't believe me or realize what I'm saying, go watch the GameStop hearings from 2021 and look at how little these people know about finance. No, you don't want Congress fucking around with shit. They can't anyway. They don't have a fucking speaker. There's no new federal law is going to be passed. So it's party time. But I mean, shit, no. God damn.
Elected next term, or
You're just one voter to him.
I know.
He had a lot of other people in Jersey bringing it up. It would be an issue.
Yeah.
It's just so annoying, you know.
And ultimately, it is the market. It's exactly what you said. You almost don't want to invest anymore simply because the entire system is rigged. NASDAQ allowing these stocks, these scamcos, to be on the market is part of the problem. The SEC allowing
Well, they meet the listing requirements. So again, you want to say you want to have a free and fair market, but what? I don't understand. Don't invest in them. That's the answer. You know, if there's a song on the radio that I don't like, which there's a lot of them, imagine that. I'm free to change the channel. If there's a video that I don't like, I'm free to turn it off. So change the channel. Don't listen to it. If you know or have a suspicion that it's bad information or that it's a crappy company, then don't buy it. That doesn't mean that it can't exist. That doesn't mean that there is no reason for anyone to buy it or that it shouldn't be able to attempt to raise money. I don't understand this line of thought here.
Gray area filings and just putting numbers out and maintaining that you are.
I mean, that's capitalism. You're describing. He's describing capitalism right there. I mean, it is a flawed system. Fundamentally, it's fundamentally flawed. It will never be what these people want it to be. That much I feel confident in saying. It will always be unequal. By definition, it kind of has to be. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't have, some compromises here and there. We can't, change things. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying as it is, or as we have understood it to be, which I don't even think that's correct because, well, anyway, shareholder value thing. How do you square these things? Well, I think at the end of the day, you can't. And that's why I'm critical of capitalism at large. Not so much on this channel. I don't want to alienate everybody, after all.
Good to go. You must be 100% legitimate company. No, it's NASDAQ, SEC. It's
about money.
These scam companies to come on because it's called capitalism. No, that's not capitalism. That's not what capitalism is.
Well,
that's allowing fraud into a capitalism system. It's not to put your fraud on the market and then to defraud them in social media that they're a real company.
No, that's what it is. And I mean, we should be thankful that we at least have the SEC and the regulations that we have, because if this were 100 years ago, quite literally, you would have had no regulation. And if you think that this is a scammy environment, which I do in a lot of cases, 100 years ago, these people would have been eaten alive and spat out and eaten again 6 times to Sunday because you had no regulation whatsoever. And you didn't even have standardized. I mean, you had standardized markets, exchanges, but I mean, you had things like the curb exchange. You had people standing on the street on the curb under the tree, forget which kind of tree, hawking unregistered, because there was no authority to register it with, securities. So I'm not saying it's perfect. No. Am I saying it's a total scam? No. You just got to be smart. You have to be smarter than smarter than the fake shares that you're buying.
They make money off them, bro. That's the whole thing. That's why they're doing it. I mean, if they wouldn't make money off them,
they are part of the problem.
So what's the bird lady? I know you keep talking about the bird lady.
Okay.
Man, this is exactly.
All right. So let's just let's call that one a day right there on that one. And let me bring in. Well, I didn't really finish this. I didn't really finish this presentation that I was working on. Well, it's not really a presentation. I was looking at Citadel's financial statements from the last 3 years because the apes like to talk about how Citadel's going bankrupt and everything else. Maybe I'll just make a video about it later or tomorrow or something, but I guess I can just bring in what I do have because it will illustrate. I think it will illustrate something maybe. Hang on one second. Let me get I get an Excel document here real quick. So this, the freaking file format is, I can't find the Citadel statement in anything other than a PDF. I can't get a CSV or an Excel format, so I'm actually having to copy it over and stuff. But I've only done the assets here. But you can see that Citadel's cash position over the last 3 years has increased. This is in millions. And then, of course, I didn't get the securities sold, not yet purchased. That's the one everybody's interested in, of course. But like securities owned, or wait a minute, receivable from brokers. So like this figure doubled from 2021 to 2022. Receivable from clearing was reduced by 2/3. Securities purchased under agreement to resell got halved, but in 2020 it was 492, so it was low and then it went high and then it went half. And other assets is doubled too. And then if you look at the securities sold, not yet purchased, which I don't have on here yet, that actually has gone down considerably each year. Each year it went down. So, and their cash position went up. We know that Citadel's not going out of business, and it's ridiculous. But the numbers actually bear that out too. Like that security sold, not yet purchased that they cry about, which by the way is the official way that short positions are reported under GAAP accounting principles. And I actually have a document on that too. I actually made a video on that, I believe. But let me see if I have that close by here. I have the search that I did. I'm not sure where it is. So this is actually from the National Institute of Insurance Regulators. And it talks about short sales is the security. Sale of a security the selling entity does not own at the time of sale. Consistent with GAAP guidance, short sales generally do not meet the definition of a derivative. Selling a security short is an action by a reporting entity, which results with the reporting entity recognizing proceeds from the sale and an obligation to deliver the sold security. For statutory accounting purposes, obligations to deliver securities resulting from short sales shall be reported as contra assets, negative assets, and the respective investment schedule for the type of asset sold. The obligation, negative asset, shall be initially reflected at fair value, but then it gets updated. And yeah, so this is just more detail about these standard accounting line items that we see on these statements that get blown way out of proportion as if they mean something is fraudulent or something else. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I'm not an accountant, so, you know, for what it's worth. But anyway, Yeah, it's God, what a fucking mess. What a goddamn mess. I feel like there's something I'm missing here. Maybe it's Donnie George. We'll see if he's got anything out today. And then I'm going to call it a night because I got started late, unfortunately. But that's what happens. That's what happens. Tony Tenko, how's it going, sir? Crying and bitching about you getting robbed is not going to do anything for your cause. Pay for lawyers to prove your case. If not, just be satisfied that you are all idiots to think that anyone cares. Bingo. Appreciate Scott's helping apes understand basic high school accounting 101, that assets equal liabilities. If we need to get rid of liability, we wouldn't have a government. Okay. This looks good. The use term synthetic AMC share to minimize the criminality. We need a good laugh, right? Donnie. Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
It's not financial advice, not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes.
I mean, why in the world would you have to put on this fake background? You don't have a desk with a computer? Why do we need to see this fake background? I don't get it. And these stupid fake backgrounds. All right.
Anything I say in my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff. So you get the videos.
Save the best for last.
You can see them analyzing that data. Like I tell every day, the day they release us is false. Somebody gives a false narrative of the market. So we can make bad trading decisions. Listen.
That part right there at the end, that alone could be tortious, in my opinion. You're telling people that the data that they get is false and that it's not their fault that they lose money. I mean, talk about some fucking verbal diarrhea. The shit that comes out of this guy's fucking mouth. God damn, his dentist must be rolling in dough.
It's false. Somebody gives a false narrative of the market. So we can make bad trading decisions. Listen.
Okay, well, listen.
I'm getting messages from people.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Trying to justify the naked shorting, trying to justify
what?
Synthetic shares.
Why would anybody try to justify something that has never been shown to even exist? I mean, I hope that guy comes back from the dark web with the proof of naked shorting that I asked for, because there's no proof. This is what I'm talking about with these narratives that got adopted. I mean, I remember clearly in 2021 when I saw this happening. I saw it happening when it happened. I said on my channel and to myself, these elements are being assumed into the narrative, and this is not a good sign. Well, right.
Trying to say that
yeah, who would say that?
It's put in place for market liquidity.
It is.
That's why they have the synthetic shares and blah, blah, blah.
But there's no such thing as synthetic shares, though. I mean, this is so confused because they're talking about short sell. See, what really needs to happen is the SEC and FINRA, they need to change the terminology. They need to stop using the same terminology for liquidity creating market-making activities and speculative short selling. They shouldn't be called the same thing because people now are too dumb to be able to distinguish these things. And we talked about this the other night about how the market is a cobbled together group of markets that have evolved and been added to and thrown together and, and this and that. Whereas, as opposed to having been conceived as one unit that we see now, it didn't develop that way. Like, for example, how the New York Stock Exchange, NYSE National Stock Exchange, used to be the Cincinnati Stock Exchange back in the day, and was bought and moved to Chicago, and then moved to New York, and then was bought by the NYSE, and now is one of their exchanges. But it ultimately originally was a regional exchange in Cincinnati, Ohio, for example. So, but now that's part of the national market system. So it developed in a piecemeal way like that. It wasn't conceived from scratch in this fully developed form. That's what I'm saying. So some of the terminology, some of the conventions are a little wonky, a little weird. And I'll admit that short volume and the use of short selling by market makers and things like that, does it have to be the same? It's not the same in terms of ultimately what it's being used for. It's not used for profit. They're not making money off of that. They're making money off of the spread, right? So they're not making money when the stock goes down. That's speculative short selling. This is not that. But confused Donahue George is going back and forth between this and that. Who knows what the fuck he's actually talking about? I'm glad that I don't understand. If I did, it might mean something I don't
listen to me
necessarily want it to mean.
Like
but anyway,
but obviously I need to rehash it.
Obviously,
because people have not been paying attention.
Okay, all right.
Synthetic shares is just another way of saying counterfeit shares. They call them synthetic shares in order to minimize the criminal.
They don't call them anything. Whoever they is in this fucked up statement that he's making, they do not talk about synthetic shares. Nobody talks about counterfeit shares. Even for investors, if your account shows that you have 10 shares of something, it doesn't fucking matter. I don't care if they're real or fake or printed on the moon. There's those 10 shares are able to be sold by you at the current market price. Isn't that the only thing that matters? Well, yes, it is, but not to these clowns. Not to these. You need a fucking certificate of authenticity, apparently. But it doesn't matter. And no, it does not dilute the float either. I hope he doesn't. I really don't want to get into. I hope he doesn't go there. It does not dilute the float. It doesn't change the voting breakdown. I mean, we're talking about very short-term positions so that they can sell it, the market makers can sell it to you at the current market price. Do you want to pay more? No? Good. You don't have to. But you have to deal with the fact that they, for like a couple minutes, there's a naked short sale. Oh my God. Oh my God. Call Jim Cramer. This is a fucking scoop. Call Dana Bash. Call fucking Jeanette Pirro. It doesn't matter. This makes no difference. What matters is you bought it at a lower price and you're selling it at a higher price. That's how you make money. And I don't think that they'll even do it anymore, Model 3 dude. Most issuers don't have paper shares that I know of. In the DTCC, everything's electronic. But I do think that they should ask for them in certificate form. I agree with this. See what they say. They meaning the brokers, but it's all electronic. It's just entries in a ledger now. Oops. So anyway,
criminality of the transaction.
So like you suck at trading. So you're going to, say that what you bought was counterfeit. I mean, it's classic. This is classic bullshit, classic nonsense, classic garbage. Yeah. I lost money at the casino. Clearly, they're running a game. They're running game on me. No, I just suck at fucking playing poker. That's why I don't go to the fucking casino. That's why if I did, I wouldn't go to a poker table. It's not that fucking hard. It is not that hard.
I don't see how anybody
Poker is, but avoiding poker tables isn't.
can see it any other way.
Well, of course he can't. Remember, he's biased. He's a bag holder. He lost a lot of money, supposedly. Of course you can't see how anybody could see it another way. That's why nobody should listen. That's why you shouldn't even be talking about it.
The criminality of the transaction. I don't see how anybody can see it any other way. If I sold
because you're an idiot.
Synthetic car titles, what would you call it?
It's not. Here we go with the West Christian bullshit. If I Xerox car title and sell it 10 times, well, in Texas, they call that theft. Well, no, Wes, they don't, because a title does not equal a fucking car. Just because you have a title, Xerox of a title, does not mean that you own the fucking car. And you're a lawyer, you should fucking know that. And even the original quote-unquote copy of the title isn't the actual title. It is a memorandum of title. The title itself exists in the fucking state, Secretary of State computer, mainframe computer. There is no physical title. You get a copy that references the fact that you own it. It's the same with the driver's license and everything else. This is the dumbest analogy made by possibly one of the worst lawyers.
You would call it counterfeit car titles. If there is no synthetic property deeds, you would call it.
You still wouldn't own the property. You wouldn't own the property. You couldn't sell the property if you had a counterfeit property deed. That you couldn't sell property. However, with these quote-unquote synthetic shares, you can liquidate it for the current market price. So who fucking cares? And by the way, it's also not counterfeit and it's not synthetic. But the point is you can sell it. You have the contractual ownership rights conferred to you. That has been done. That means that you can sell the conferred contractual ownership rights and realize a profit or a loss. That's the difference. It's not the same. It's so stupid.
Counterfeit property deeds. If I sold synthetic Gucci bags, you would call it counterfeit Gucci bags.
And guess what? A lot of people don't care about that either. A lot of people don't. They know it is. They buy it on the street in Chinatown anyway. And they enjoy it. Are they going to go sell it for $20,000? No. They don't want to. They don't expect to.
What they do is criminal because they justify.
No, Don. What you did is criminal. What you're doing is criminal. You were a criminal lawyer. No, I don't mean a criminal defense lawyer. I mean you were a criminal as a lawyer. You were a lawyer who was a criminal and got disbarred. So what the fuck are you talking about?
And give it a nice sounding name in order to rob retail investors. That doesn't make it correct. I mean, Jim Crow laws were on the books, but were they correct?
Oh my God.
Apparently legal?
Jim Crow laws were on the books. Does that mean what? What? Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ.
Of course not. That doesn't make it correct. I mean, Jim Crow laws were on the books, but were they correct? Were they inherently legal? Of course not. Because they were laws that were put in place to disenfranchise a certain group of society over another group of society. And that is what these synthetic shares rules do. They allow the 1%, the market makers, to rob retail investors and pension funds. And
Wrong.
Say that it is legal.
Wrong, because this guy doesn't even understand what a market maker is there for. He doesn't even understand. I mean, it's almost Jesus. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. This clown literally compared that to Jim Crow laws. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I will say something stupid right now.
It is not legal to create counterfeit shares. Could you imagine?
Well, it's a good thing they're not doing that.
He
then.
has 10 Lamborghinis, and then he prints up
fucking smacking your goddamn lips like you're fucking toddler eating. Financial products are not physical goods. They're not. They may be as worthless as toilet paper. You might be able to wipe your ass with it, so to speak. But there's no physical product. It's not the same. Please stop making these fucking dumbass analogies.
1,000 Lamborghini titles and sell these Lamborghini titles to the...
Who would buy a fucking Lamborghini title? Nobody buys a title. You don't buy a title. The title is nothing.
The public at large.
This guy is a fucking moron.
He sold 1,000 Lamborghini titles, but he only has 10 Lamborghinis. And every day you ask for your Lamborghini, he tells you, "Oh, it's coming," and then he even tells you there's a term for it.
He thinks it's such a brilliant analogy.
It's a fair to deliver. One day you will get your Lamborghini, but we don't know when. If it stays a fair to deliver more than 90 days or 35,
it's a false analogy. A failed to deliver, again, it's a nothing burger. You paid a certain price for that security. That's on record. It doesn't matter if it's ever delivered or not. At the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference if it's delivered or not. It doesn't, because you could sell it. Hell, you could sell it before even the settlement period's over, which, by the way, generates a failure to deliver. It generates an FTD, but they can't see that. Fucking idiots.
Days or 14 days, we will go out into the market and find Lamborghinis to give you. And they never...
What an amazing fucking world we live in where complete jackasses like this,
okay? So when you guys hear synthetic
have the ability to come on YouTube and spew this garbage. Wow.
To say counterfeit shares to minimize the criminality of the transaction. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think they use the word to minimize the criminality of the counterfeit AMC?
This is what happens when you work to change things.
This is what happens when you work to change things.
What from me? Get off my dick!
You know, I don't understand
fucking believable.
Sometimes not to speak and just be proven.
Wise words.
That's all in the matter. Okay.
Wise words from someone.
I think you a bitch. You understand what I'm saying?
No longer among us.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Or are you saying it? What are you saying? Huh?
All right, well,
if you're crazy, then they fight you.
We'll continue this later.
I don't really think
much more meltdowns to come, I'm sure. Thanks for being here. Join the finance chat. The link is in the description. It's been updated. It works. Should apes say? Well, that's not what I wanted. Should apes say? No, that's not what I wanted either. Here we go. Finance chat link in the description. Thanks to everybody who participated. And thanks for your patience on the late start. It's funny. I keep telling these I keep telling them, you know, please hold off on the plumbing emergencies till after the live streams, but they just don't listen. Anyway, take care. We'll see you soon. Good night.